Hey, woo. Hey, y'all. Get in here. Please get in here. Oh, my goodness. Y'all, let's talk. This episode went off. It took me longer to get ready because they did a lot of bickering and I didn't want to miss none of the conversation. But y'all, I feel for Cynthia. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. After what we just watched, I sympathize with our girl 50 Cent. I do. I don't know how she made it through this trip. I wouldn't have. Y'all know my mouth, honey. That wouldn't have lasted one day, let alone 3. Wouldn't have made it one day. And they really were out of control by day 3, the day of her actual event. These chicks were completely out of control. And I'm going to say this before we even get started. K. Michelle need to go. K. Michelle needs to go. I did not know how bad it was going to get. And I can tell you, if it gets any worse than this, I just don't know. I know after what we witnessed so far, I know Andy Cohen and the executives over at Bravo and NBC Universal have a habit of not listening to viewers and bringing back people that the viewers absolutely despise. But this is one time they really need to listen to their viewers. I foresee something very bad coming if they keep K. Michelle there. I'm just being completely honest because what we just witnessed tonight was completely unhinged. Completely. And I'm going to give y'all my thoughts on what she claiming too. I'm going to give y'all my thoughts on it, okay? Who we got up in here? Let me greet everybody and then we're going to get right into it. We got a good 8 pages of notes. A good 8 pages. Okay, so we got to get through all of it. My good sis Magaline Lamar is here. Happy Sunday, honey. Thank you for being like number 1. Adrian. Hey, Adrian Marie. She's like number 1 as well. And so is Linnell Seiler. We got the Lauren Brown, my good sis. She is like number 3. Hey, boo. Makeup addict. Hey. Sis got something to say off the bat. She said, I'm genuinely not trying to be funny, but K. Michelle needs to go see the lady. She definitely needs to go see the lady. If anybody ever needed to go see the lady, K. Michelle need to go see the lady. Sean living life. I'm doing good, darling. How you doing? You didn't see it? Don't worry. I'm going to tell you. Acting like pure fools. Pure fools. I'm going to tell you about it. Sweet beloved. Happy Sunday. Thank you for being like number 5. Our girl Black Smile is like number 6. So good to see you. Aries Diva in the house. She number 10. Number 10. We got Miss Nisi. Hey, boo. Thank you for being like number 9. I appreciate you. Zaleen. Hey, sis. How you doing? Make sure you hit the like button. Shondala. I got it right this time. Hey, love. Thank you for being like number 13. Lulu's little girl coming in hot at number 15. Not the bus conversation was bipolar. Not bipolar. We got Bianca the Beautiful, our head archangel in the chat, keeping the chat safe for you and me. She reminding y'all, please hit the like button as you come in, shoes off, snacks in hand. Get them in your hand. And your drinks too, if your nerves bad, because these heifers was on one tonight. Hey, Symmetry, how you doing? Happy Sunday, beautiful. Thank you for being like number 17. Political Junkie, my girl Sharon is number 18. All right. Queen of Hearts KS is number 16. Hello, love. It's D Crazy, D Amazing DS. She's number 17. She's running the reflection corner because she can't stay out of it. Belize and JB, thank you for being number 21, girl. Priscilla Clemens is number 20. I know that's right. Y'all get on in here and get comfortable. Tell a friend we own. We got to talk about these heifers. Miss Thelma, thank you for being number 32. Kat, she 31. Hey, y'all. Come on in, get comfortable. Don't forget your engagement button on the bottom right-hand side, the circle with the heart emoji. Hit it, send up them bubbles, hit any emoji you like, and bubbles will come out. And you know I need them because I'm sensitive. Brooklyn Queen for you. Thank you for being number 38, honey. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Wait, is that J. Rochelle? Yes, it is. Hey, thank you for being number 40. I'm glad you're here. Where you been? Gonna slip right past me. I'm so glad you made it. Angie girl. Hey, lady. Thank you for being number 42. Deborah Randall is here. Housewives Talk is now legal, and she's like number 41. Adrian Marie, thank you for my first supporter the whole night. My sis sent a super chat and said, I'm sick of K. Michelle being baby. And so am I. but I got a theory about that too. We're going to talk about it. Put a pin in it. Don't let me forget. Sinclair Baptiste. Hey, love. Happy Sunday. Don't forget to hit that like button now. What happened? Say that I missed something. They was worried about Shamea booty. They wasn't worried about it. Shamea came in there blinding everybody with booty. We not going to act like that's normal behavior. You upset, you want to talk, but you put on a thong first. That's weird. That's weird, honey. Diva 2, thank you for being number 45. We have a new sister. My Ugo love. Hey, welcome, 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 and welcome. Y'all put welcome in the chat. We got us a new sister. You look familiar, though. Did your name used to be different, sis? But y'all spam the chat with the word welcome, but you look real familiar. Like one of our sisters that used to be around and you dipped off, but you back. But if that's not the case, then welcome fresh. And if it is the case, then welcome back. And I'm so glad to see you. And please, please, please don't be no stranger. Richard Wilson, thank you for being like number 46. My sweet is here. DV is number 50. Thank you. Y'all come on in and get comfortable. I knew you looked like one of our sisters. It has been a while. How you been doing? Wait now, are you our sister from Emo? Are you our sister from Emo State? You one of them girls, one of them real pretty chicks with the high bride price. Is that you? I think so. Let me know. Lynette, hey, thank you for being number 47, my sweet. Thank you so much for being number 53. God's anointed daughter is here. She's 47. Catherine Bennett, 42. So I'm not sure what's good with Kay. We can't put on our Angela Lansbury outfits to fix her issues. No, we cannot. Thank you for being number 53, sis. Shine bright. Where you been? Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Cloud 9. You can be who you want to be. Cloud 9. Hey, Slow Glow. Thank you for being 29. It's Tish. Thank you for being 55. 66. Seattle said K. Michelle needs to go home, go hometown in Midgeville and stay. Oh, her hometown is in Midgeville and she needs to stay there and take Shamea with her. Okay, I'm with you when you're right. You know, it might be time for a trip home. Anna, thank you for being number 59. It's my brother Juan. Hey, boo, hit the like button. Thank you so much for being number 61. Shine Bright 52. Auntie Eva 63. I need y'all to get comfortable and get the likes up. Sinclair, thank you for being 47. Delicia, thank you for being 48. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I see the welcomes in the chat. It feels wonderful. It was a lot of immaturity tonight. It was a lot of foolishness tonight. And it was something. Brandon Martin, hey, boo. Y'all hit that like button. Send up my bubbles. Y'all know the rule. If it's your first time hanging with us, please put FTL in the chat for first time live so we can welcome you personally and individually because we happy to have you here. And if you see someone new, make sure y'all are spamming the chat with the word welcome. If you see a sister you ain't seen in a while, say welcome back. Make sure if y'all cuss in my chat, you misspell your cuss words. And while it ain't Sunday school, it is YouTube. And them people will be tapping my channel about y'all, you know, acting like Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip. Okay. Also, make sure that we keep our communications respectful. You know, keep all commentary on these hookers that was on the screen. No bickering with each other. Everybody got a fave but me. I don't like none of them, but I know y'all like people. So if somebody don't like your fave, don't take it personal because you might not like theirs either. TG, K. Michelle was popping off. Why? Stirring up fake controversy, baby. Fake is a $4 bill. Hey now, welcome, welcome, welcome. Is this Pisces? Your name didn't change. I thought that was you. I didn't remember your name. Ijoma. Good to see you, girl. Welcome back. I knew that was you. She said, yep, that's correct. I don't forget. I don't forget pretty girls, honey. I never forget the pretty girls. Hey, Camille, fun girl. Hit the like button. Y'all come on in and get comfortable because we got to dig into this mess. Hey, Queena. Thank you for being like number 70. Brandon, thank you for reminding them for my bubbles. I'm going to need my bubbles. See, I'm still confused why she was crying. Honey, wanting attention. Now, can we get into it? Attend her. So do y'all think we need to do the vertical tonight or can we just get down on it? What y'all think? Y'all think we should do? Let me know. Vertical, yes, or just jump right in. I'm going to let y'all call it tonight. I kind of want to do the vertical because, you know, YouTube don't always play fair when it comes to sending out notifications. But at the same time, you know, by now y'all should know what time a girl be on, because this is the one time I'm gonna always be on. You can count on it. You know I don't miss nothing. I'm a veteran mother. We hear everything, we see everything. Okay. Hey Toke, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. This your first time live. Y'all know what to do. I need y'all to spam the chat with the word welcome for this sister with this glowing skin. Would y'all look at her complexion? Look at her. Just look at her. I mean, flawless too. Y'all spam the chat with the word welcome. Get it done. Get it done. Say the ladies were looking good for no makeup. Yes, they were. Just like that sister that y'all better be welcoming. That she ain't have on no makeup in that picture, and that skin was glass, honey. Belize and JB say jump in. Okay, Auntie Eva say jump in. So let's go ahead and get on in this thing. Thank y'all for spamming the chat with the word welcome. Girl, thank you for being here, and thank you for taking care of your skin and drinking water. That's why I be telling y'all to drink your water. Y'all see how good that girl's skin look? Y'all want to look like that? You better drink your water. We'll be around here pretending we don't see pot marks and bumps and discoloration and stuff. Y'all better drink your water. Cassandra Azika done slid on in. Hey, sis. Thank you for being like number 78. I'm just saying, you ain't got to be jealous of the girls with the good skin. You can drink your water and hydrate and moisturize, and then you can be one of the girls with the good skin. Hey, Sasha Bunny. Thank you for being 22, boo. So look, moderators, let's go ahead and have this little chat before we get rolling. I need y'all to keep a check on them likes. Remind people to hit the like button. I don't want to stop to do a Turkish lesson, but I will. After all, I do need help with my, with minute, second, hour, week, month, the different months. Some of the months I got, some of the months is a little iffy. And I'm a little iffy when it comes to the days of the week, because for whatever reason, I will mess up Monday and Sunday because they're similar. And I keep messing up Friday and Thursday, and they're not similar. One is Pershimbe, the other one is Chuma, but I still keep mixing them up. So don't make me stop to do a Turkish lesson, because y'all know I need to study. Okay, so let's get into the notes, honey. Let's get into the notes. Angie girl, tell them again. Let's get the likes up. So look, first of all, before we dig in, I'm gonna just say this off the rip. I don't believe nothing K. Michelle was saying. I just want to, put that on the record. I want to put it out there. I just want to, just say for the record, I don't believe nothing K. Michelle's saying. Okay, Cassandra say y'all hit the like button because she got to go to bed for work in the morning. So let's not drag this thing out. Okay. I don't believe nothing K. Michelle's saying. I feel like she wanted it to be something. I think she might have talked with somebody and they told her some stuff, to make her, to like validate what she was already suspecting, because she crazy. And she always feel like somebody out to get her. I don't know why she got this persecution complex, but she does. I think I'm not the lady, but one of my nieces is the lady. And I think it might be a persecution complex she got. So she feel like everything that happened anywhere in the world at all times is somehow about her. And I think that she talked to somebody and they say, yeah, that's what they doing. That's what they doing. And then she ran there with some stuff she cooked up in her own little, flea brain and decided to make it into something. She want attention. I used to have a sister like that. Lord rest her soul. She was crazy like that too. Yep, Pisces B, you better say it. Shamea was in her ear. Shamea been behind all the mess we got going on so far, in my opinion. And we're going to get into it. Sasha said in a recent interview, Kay says she is closest to Phaedra. That wouldn't be the case if the rumor was true. She's a nut. Yeah, and them women nutty for talking to her, because you ain't got but one time to accuse me of doing something to you. And when I promise you, I will draw you a map with crayons on the back of a kid's menu to get you to hell, because that's where you're going. That's what I would do. Zelene say to be on another reality TV show, you would not know it. I'm just saying. Adrian say she ran the post on social media rather than confronting the issue in the house. Producers messing with her. You think the producers messing with her, Thelma? I don't, girl. So let's get into it. So the whole episode started right where it left off. It started where it left off. And where it started, you know what? I'm gonna follow my man. I'm gonna go into it, and when I cut it, I just cut it. My mind is telling me, don't play, because them people don't play fair, and I don't want to, do nobody dirty because YouTube decided not to send out a notification. I'm just not comfortable doing that, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna let it run, and if we catch anybody on the fly, if you already in here, you see a notification, don't pay no mind. Just let it be. Okay. So look, they started off where they left off, right? They were on the Sprinter van. Portia and Kelly got into it. They, the back and forth. We saw that. Well, Portia done told that the girl wanted to scissor her or whatever, and then she cleared up what she was saying, so it wasn't quite as vile, but it did sound a little crazy. Nap Queen New Orleans, thank you for being like number 89. So I'm glad she cleared that up and not saying the girl got drunk and mounted her or climbed on top of her something, because that's just crazy. That don't make no sense. But what she said happened, do I believe that happened? Yeah, because it was so crude the way she described it. I just don't see nobody making that up. Mind you, I feel like these women go way too far with exposing their private parts and having all these inappropriate conversations. And so, you leaving room for people to say that you wanted this or wanted that. And I just, put all of them need to put their Sally away. Okay. Hey, Miss Lovely T, thank you for being like number 92. Everybody need to put their Sally away. So they had their conversation, and then Portia swung it right on back round too, because she said this happened in Miami after they got back from Grenada, that she was taking a whole bath, and then she had her pocketbook out, and Kelly seen her pocketbook and said something to Shamea about Portia's pocketbook, and said that the troll wanted to climb the tree that night. And can you picture a mouse trying to climb on top of a lioness? And then whatever. And then she swung it back to the married man and was like, child, you could just keep on hunching that married man and he ain't finna give you no money. And I said, see, Portia didn't have to go there, because what we do know about Portia, she might do what she do, but she gonna get paid while she do it. Okay. DS say the flea was trying to mount a donkey. Bless his holy name. A flea and a donkey. Hey, Dap, we live on the regular live stream, sis. I did the vertical because I didn't want to lose y'all. So when I cut the vertical, just be prepared to switch over to the other side, okay? So she did that, and then say, well, but she did try to call that man. She did call him and try to shush him. And Kelly talking about shush him. I'm grown, and I ain't got to shush. She said, but you did. You called that man and tried to shush him. And I don't care what nobody say. I believe Portia on that one. I do believe Kelly called that man and tried to tell him to hush, especially after that live that we found that they had did on TikTok explaining how the thing went. I'm just like, yeah, Kelly was doing what she was doing. The only question I got is, do she know the man was married? Because let's just be fair. We don't know that she knew the man was married. I'm gonna give her that until we see something that says that she for sure knew the man was married. Maybe she didn't know. Maybe she just knew he was friends with the guy she used to date, or maybe she didn't even know that. I feel like she could have known. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. I ain't touching it. Hey, just anticipate. Thank you for being like number 94, honey. And so for me, I'm just like, maybe I'm going to just say that. Maybe she didn't know the man was married. I'm going to just lay that out there because, I'm going to give you a gotcha until we see evidence. And at that point, I'm going to be like, well, Kelly, we tried. Maybe you did. Okay, so then they dropped the conversation. Kelly told Portia she need a rose. Everybody talking about the little nasty roses. Y'all remember that? It was all over social media. All these women talking about their privates and they putting toys on their private. I'm like, why are y'all doing this? I thought it was crude and horrible when it was popular. I think it's a crude and horrible conversation to be having on TV. And the fact that they keep having these crude and horrible conversations is why people are sensitive and, making it about themselves. And people are assuming that other people want to play with their privates because y'all keep talking about your stuff. Just put your Sally away. Okay, I don't know who need to hear this. Put your Sally away. Tuck it away. Stop showing it to people. Stop offering it to people. Put that thing up, okay? Angie girl said, just like when Britt told her about flushing them kids, she hollered, my body, my choice. Kelly just tells on herself all the time and does. Cool Gamer is in the house. Always cool, always in the building. Hit the like button, dear. All right, all right. But yeah, that's the thing that got me. I'm just like, what you want us to do with this stuff? Y'all keep talking about nasty, crude topics and wonder why things keep getting out of hand. Just Anticipate said, tuck, Sally, tuck. Yeah, tuck your Sally. Put a wrapper on her. Put a nice pair of cotton bloomers on Sally and put her away. Stop whipping her out in strange, inconvenient places. I just don't understand why we're doing this. Okay. So then we get past that. They had the whole rose convo. Who need a rose? This, that, Pinky talking about sometimes I need a rose. I'm just sitting there like, am I too old to be watching this? But it's weird because you got heifers my age on the show and older. So I'm not understanding why y'all having these kind of conversations. It just, it throws me off. It just throws me off. Yeah, your grandma used to say that. What I just don't know another way to put it. Y'all know I like euphemisms and not the filthy talking out in public. Yeah, put your Sally away, Lord. In K. Michelle's case, put a diaper on the Sally. DS, please go check the refreshments and the chairs in the reflection corner, please, ma'am. Thank you. Bless your heart. So they get past that, and everybody just, chuckling, and K. Michelle sitting over there looking stupid, staring at everybody, making faces, looking like she's so bothered. I want y'all to bear in mind, this is before she claimed to have gotten this infamous phone call in the dead of the night that made her jump up and run to Shamea and Kelly. Hey, Sadly Mistaken. So she on the sprinter already making faces because the women having conversations. Kelly and Portia had a back and forth. Not you. Ain't nobody mentioned your name. Ain't nobody called your name. And if you ask me, that's what's going on with K. Michelle. She's mad because it's a lot of drama, a lot of action, a lot of back and forth, and ain't nobody calling her doggone name. Ain't nobody called your name all day. Ain't nobody interested in calling your name. You not interested, K. Michelle. Blessed woman of God. Hey, girl, thank you for being like number 97. It just don't make no sense. So because they done had their moment, they done got through it, everybody moving, all the conversation done moved right along. Oh, y'all on the vertical? Not y'all. But y'all, I'm about to end this stream. So when this one ends, hit the icon for the channel and come over to the regular live. I just got the vertical up so I don't lose none of y'all, okay? See you on the other side, all right? Let's go on and shut it. Let's go and shut it down. Let's shut it down. But yeah, I think that's what the issue is. They got real things happening, real conflict going on. Whoever created it, why they created it, even if they created it for a fake reason or a bogus reason, they got real drama going on, and K. Michelle is not part of it. And I think that's what's wrong with K. Michelle. K. Michelle want to be the center of the action, and you not the center of the action. This is not Love and Hip Hop. And I hate to be the one to say it like that, but I think K. Michelle had way more motion, way more attention on Love and Hip Hop, and she don't know how to take not being the center of attention. You not the center of attraction. Portia brought you on the show. You pretend like you like Portia, but it's given. I only like Portia if I can come on with her, but still be the center of attention. It bothers her that them people is kind of hovering and circulating around Portia, hovering and circulating around, whatever's going on with Shamea and Drew, and that's a point of contention. And then even the fact that Pinky and Angela became, a centerpiece of conversation, and you still were not, because you chose not to come to dinner. Anna said, first, I thought she was upset about the way they was treating one another. Girl, this is K. Michelle. This is the same lady who sat up there singing, Rashida got bags, her husband's a girl. There's no way she feel like, what they saying is too rough. K. Michelle has said some of the roughest, toughest stuff, which is why we liked her in the first place. Because her mouth real Memphis. She done said a whole heap of stuff about a whole heap of people. She done talked up under clothes and everything else. Told, spill people tea, ran dirt, all that. So all this, I'm so sensitive. Sensitive when? Sensitive when? Did all your tough girl juice leak out on them people chair at the Country Music Awards? What is this? Hey, Irish. Or is that an Irish or Irisha? Let me know, because I don't want to mess your name up. She said she's sick of Atlanta. Thank you for being number 97. But I'm just sick of K. Michelle at this point, because the rest of the ladies having their conflicts and we moving on. Pink Pilates Princess, she say she leaks anytime she's stressed. She don't need that. Yeah, she don't need that. She don't need that. But dig now, y'all hit the like button. So after that, she was like, so y'all just did all that? Y'all just beat each other up and then y'all just move on? Cynthia say, yeah, you know, sometimes it be like that. You get it out and you move on. And she say, sometimes it lingers, which is real. You could have a conflict with somebody, say what you need to say, and then both of y'all understand that you're not budging and they not either, and you move right along. And it's like, what, did you want it to keep going so you could get in it and make it about you? What the hell is K. Michelle's angle other than you want attention? It's Tish say they fighting with words and she's used to throwing stuff at people. Because she throwing stuff. Girl, they said she beat Rashida tail. They didn't say she threw nothing at Rashida. They say she beat Rashida's behind. Now that's what the people said. They say she beat her tail. They say she beat her so good they couldn't show it. I wasn't mad at her. I wasn't mad because Rashida needed that behind whipping. But I know you ain't up here acting sensitive about some words and people spilling tea about who hunching who. I know that ain't what you doing. But anyway, so she sat there looking silly because, okay, it's not about you. This is about them. This was a moment. And, you know, I guess this is her only way to insert herself is to pretend like she's offended by everything. Ashamed of nothing, but offended by everything. So then they get to the restaurant, Cynthia telling them, y'all order what you want. Pinky going to the bathroom saying she got the piss because she done been on the sprinter, knocking them back, drinking, knowing she ain't ate nothing. Because when they went out to eat earlier, remember, when she was getting on Cynthia's last good nerve last week, all she had was some fries. And we don't even know if they cooked that in the grease that had fried meat or what had done went on. Okay, Richard say, y'all shorted me 60 likes. I don't want to stop to do a Turkish lesson, but I will. Duolingo is still on my phone. I sure hope y'all don't think it ain't. I hope y'all don't think the Duolingo is no longer on my phone, because I promise it is. I promise you it is. I need them likes. And as much as we getting into this stuff, it don't make me no difference. I will jump right out of it, and we will jump right into Duolingo. So y'all let me know, are we going to get the likes up? Or I need to go ahead and get me a lesson in. You tell me, and I'm gonna follow what y'all say. But you're gonna have to say it with your like finger. Thank you, Richard. EJ says, I think the difference is that on Love and Hip Hop, they used to having beef and keeping it. But on Real Housewives, they have beef, but then you got to resolve it. Kay seems to be used to holding on to it, but let it go. Right. And my thing is, though, but if the beef ain't surrounding her, why she can't mind what the Lord called her business? Why she can't do that? Pink Pilates Princess said, I know she eat meat when she drunk. See there? Brandon say, how you say gossip in Turkish? Let me check for you. I'll tell you in 1 second. Okay. Oh, dedikodu. Dedikodu is how you say gossip in Turkish. Hey, Miss BBA 2 Miss Red is number 102. Thank you. That's right. Hit them and hold them. Thank you for being 111, Pisces B. So listen. So then everybody sit down, they ordering stuff. Everybody ordering this, ordering that. They having a good old time. Phaedra clowning, being country, talking about, ooh, I'm going to get something to take back. Next thing we know, Cynthia say, hey, now, don't pull that. And I ain't mad. It do have a little ring to it, don't it? Kay is definitely full of sugar, honey, iced tea. Yes, she is. Hey, Yvette, our Birmingham beauty in the house. Thank you for being like number 112, baby. So anyway, at that point, everybody's sitting down. She telling them, get what you want to get. We find out that Portia say Mike coming. She said, she asked Kay like, oh, your husband coming, and Cynthia points out that Pinky husband coming. Excuse me, Stanky. She wasn't that stank this episode. I guess we can call her Pinky. Pinky or Stanky, y'all take your pick in the chat. But Pinky, Stanky husband coming, and everything. So the guys gonna meet them there, and she tells them that she's thinking about doing a Miss Tequila for the gala, Miss Tequila, in like a best dress contest or whatever. And I said, okay, well that'll be fun. Hey Antoinette, hit the like button, baby. So then Cynthia went to check on Pinky. And so Portia was like, yeah, check on her before you get yourself in trouble. And I'm going to tell y'all what I noticed at that moment. This is when this is not K. Michelle. This is when Shamea started her bull crap. So Cynthia said, let me go check on Pinky and see how she doing. Portia said, yeah, before you get yourself in trouble. Mind you, that was a fair ad lib, if you ask me. The ad lib was fair. It was fair. And I'm going to tell you why it was fair. All Cynthia did on day one was assign bedrooms, and she got blamed for housekeeping. She got blamed for housekeeping. She took care of the problem, called the people, told them, what's going on to get the people out and everything like this and that and the other. And she still was attacked and maligned and irritated by Stanky Cole. So what was wrong with somebody ad-libbing saying, yeah, for you get yourself in trouble? Because lest we forget, it was just a big to-do. It led to Angela telling Pinky that her teeth was commingling and incestuous. So yeah, go check on that girl before you get yourself in trouble. Meanwhile, the minute Portia said that to Cynthia, which was just a little tongue-in-cheek moment, here goes Shamea. Girl, stop. It wasn't about you. Ain't nobody said your name. You just as bad as K. Michelle, wanting to put yourself in the middle of some stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you. Blessed woman of God say Shamea still talking about a dirty room on her page, and I still don't believe the room was dirty. I'm just going to put that for the record. Just for the record, I don't believe it was dirty. So she rolling her eyes. Cynthia was like, look, this is why you got to be nice to people. She said, because she came at me, attacked me, gave me hell. Now she need my help. And so, and of course, Cynthia going to help her, because who not going to? You done been drinking. You in here throwing up, boo-booing, or whatever the hell you got going on. Hey, Teresa, thank you for being like number 119, girl. And so Cynthia brought us some ginger ale. Y'all know black people think ginger ale is medicine. Okay. And if you ain't black people think ginger ale is medicine. So I don't know if y'all gonna get sick or something, but just bear in mind, we use it like it's medicine. Carrie Clark, thank you for being 121, honey. So she took her that and whatever. And she cracking jokes. She was like, yeah, Pinky done for her. She ain't got a TED talk left in her. Okay. Red say Shamea hit Portia and she's out to get that hate Portia. She's out to get that girl. Yeah. And it just ain't working. Yep. See, I told y'all. We think ginger ale is medicine. Yep. I don't even like the flavor ginger ale. I want the regular one, because that's the one that's the medicine. That's the medicinal one. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just anticipate, say it show is, and 7-Up right behind it. Yep. Yep. I told y'all we really be thinking that. Mm-hmm. I still think that. I do. So look, Cynthia talking about ain't a TED talk left in her. I almost hollered. I say, see there, Pinky do take over conversations and just have long run-on sentences and don't even come up for air. Angela girl say, what's killing Shamea is how Portia looked straight through her and ignored her the entire trip. Portia is so over her. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Cynthia is bringing it in her confessionals, bring her on full-time, replace Kelly and K. Michelle and Shamea. Yep, gotta be Canada Dry for me. Some people will go mess with the Seagrams, but Canada Dry for me. See, political junkie says she want ginger beer. My extra black American tail, give me that Canada Dry ginger ale. And you notice in the country we don't say ginger ale, we say ginger ale. Okay. And that's what Cynthia said too. She thought I didn't hear her, but I absolutely heard her good old Alabama come out with that ginger ale. Okay. So anyway, Cynthia come back telling everybody Pinky ain't doing good. She's stuck in the bathroom. And Portia up here clowning, talking about, let me check the oysters. Now, this is where it was just crude. I don't think, see, Symmetry says she want Verner's or Seagram's, okay? Everybody got their fave, but they medicine. So she talking about, let me check the oysters. And Cynthia talking about, I don't like how you checking them oysters. Now, this is the way I took it. This is the way I took it, because this is literally the way they act on this show. Almost everything on this show. Hey, Evelyn, girl, thank you for being number 124. Literally, all they do is make off-color, crude jokes about body parts and all kind of sexual innuendo. B say, I love the fruit splash, strawberry, and blackberry Canada Dry. I got all three right now. You ain't send me none. Got my lip poked out. You ain't send me none. Sinclair say Kay need a straight jacket, and do. Pink is sick from that meat she snuck and ate. DS, you crazy. Lady Rowe, how are you? Welcome. Is this if this is your first time hanging with us, welcome. I think it is, unless you had a different name. Y'all say welcome in the chat. Hey, Tammy. Thank you for being 125, girl. Y'all, please welcome Lady Rowe in the chat, please, and thank you. If it's your first time, welcome, sis. If you've been here before, welcome back. But I need y'all to spam the chat with welcome. Thank you, ma'ams and sirs. So she up there joking, and she say, "Wait, that's a that hooker say this is a clean vajayjay." And say, "Wait, that one might have a little something or whatever." Hey, Dom down. How you doing? I was trying to click on you. Welcome. Another lovely lady. Welcome. It is your first time. Well, we so glad to have you. Hey, Gaby. Thank you for being 126. So listen. When she did that, I seen K Michelle looking at her stupid. And I'm sitting there like, why is K looking like that? I couldn't figure out why Kay had that face. I couldn't figure out why K Michelle was making this about her. Like, it really gives K Michelle, nothing going on is about you. It literally gives K Michelle, nothing going on is about you. Nothing going on at all was about you. Nothing at all. And you needed to make it about you. You needed time to get all the way back to the house, call a friend that's just as crazy as you to help you cook up some bull crap for you to come back and say somebody did something to you. I'm glad you're here, Gaby. Yeah, it wasn't about her. They always talking about pocketbooks and dingalings and hunching and these nasty toys. It's always something like that. And I'm trying to figure out if K Michelle is that sensitive because Mano disrespected her all them years ago. Why are you on that show and you know them women talk about private parts all the time? If can't nobody mention a private part without it being about yours, and you wasn't even in the conversation, it just don't make no sense. Aries Diva say my thing was, how was that a hit at UK? Somebody give her the pills and the straitjacket in that room. Clearly, Yvette said, I said it before and I'll say it again. Kay is delusional. You did, and you right. And you right. It don't make no sense. Brandon say exactly. Nobody would have talked about her cooch until she made the oyster about her. Thank you. Thank you. That's what don't make no sense. And out of all the jackets you can put on, you had to stand up and say, let me put on the stank coochie jacket. Just in case this conversation was about a stank coochie, let me make sure I stand up in front of the camera and an international audience to make sure everybody know that the stank coochie jacket is mine. Said nobody with a brain. Said nobody with common sense. Is Tish say considering Portia playing in Cat now, she was playing that role. That's exactly what Portia was doing. I told y'all this season is Portia's soft launch into lesbian Portia. So this is part of her soft launch. Now she's a vagina expert. She checks them at the dinner tables everywhere. Ijoma says she need to let that go. Unless somebody says something directly to me, it ain't for me. Right. Do not put on the stank coochie jacket. Out of all the jackets you can put on, If you mention somebody with a big old booty, I might stand up and be like, you talking about me, hooker. Because I'm the only big booty heifer walked in here in the last 20 minutes. If you say, it's somebody in here that make a mean old trifling good pot of collard greens, I'm going to be like, oh, I know you talking about me. Oh, I know it was me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Pink Pilates Princess say, was the jacket wet too? DS, come get your niece. You see her? Come get her. Why would you ask, was the jacket wet? DS, come and get Pink Pilates Princess now. And when was K. Michelle ordained? Girl, I don't know. I never knew she was even saved. Dana Brown, thank you for being 126, honey. Red say, it was girls joking around. That's it. That's all. That's it. And Portia is still giving us her soft launch into lesbian Portia. What is she not understanding? Thank you for being 128, Delicious. So look, next up, after all that, she's looking at Portia crazy like Portia said something to her. Portia ain't looked at her, ain't said nothing to her. Pink Pilates Princess, here go your ride to that reflection corner. That's your ride. That's your ride. Arisha, thank you for the super sticker, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's my second support of the whole night. Thank you. Like I throwing up the peace sign. I love it. Thank you so much. So look, y'all, that ain't all. So she's sitting up there looking stupid. Shamea gonna ask K. Michelle, well, how you feeling? You know, on the sprinter, you look like you was upset. My thing is, Shamea, you swinging it to K. Michelle because you know K. Michelle want to show out. And you know you done set up here and put all kind of batteries in this lady back to get her crunked up like you did when it came to Stanky Cole, telling her, Phaedra said you eat meat. Phaedra telling people she eat meat. Phaedra said you eat meat. Got her out here looking stupid, talking about the lady eat dead people. Who the hell eats dead people? Like who is doing that? Who does that? You know? So you got that crunk up. K. Michelle following up behind you, and Stanky Cole tried to reach like a pretzel, like some saltwater taffy. She about to stretch herself smooth out of socket to have a beef with Portia because her butt was leaking at the Country Music Awards. All thanks to you, Shamea. So now she trying to swing the conversation back to K. Michelle because K. Michelle don't feel like she part of the conversation enough. So she's like, well, how you feeling? You look like you was upset on the sprinter. Why are you even swinging that to her? Because at the end of the day, it wasn't about her. You wasn't in the conversation. Y'all know what? It was Tammy the other week said, called K. Michelle Tres Leches. This girl say Tres Leches need a moment, and it ain't happened since she was leaking in Nashville. I'm going to need her to go grab several seats or not. And what kind of seat would you want her to grab? Is there plastic on the seat? Just asking. Yvette say K. Michelle has started the Barbra Streisand effect. Not everyone knows about what Mano said, but now they will. Bingo. Because when he first said it, I did do a live stream dragging him to hell. Because who the hell are you to be talking up under a woman's clothes? Who are you to be talking up under any woman's clothes? But like you said, ain't nobody exactly even know. Everybody didn't know about that. Everybody didn't. Lord, now Pink Pilates Princess says she can't never even eat another Tres Leches, fooling with Tammy. See, that's how stuff get going. Red says because Shamea and Kelly in her ear, her mind already tainted by Portia enemies. Yeah, that's true. That's facts. Jasmine Fudge, happy Sunday. Girl, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Let me tell you. So then, after that, she talking about, I'm trying to be holy. And I'm trying to figure out, trying to be holy. When you was trying to be holy? You know, I'm, not to be funny because anybody can find the Lord anytime. See, Deborah Randall don't even know who Mano is. You ain't missed nothing. You ain't missed nothing. So, she trying to be holy. I don't know when. And then she goes on to say that y'all beat the hell out of each other with words. Girl, them people say you beat Rashida with your hands. They say you darn near knocked that woman out. You beat that woman with your hands. But she's up here acting like she's not safe. Because Shamea was like, well, we want you to feel like, well, first she said, I want to say stuff that I can't say. And Shamea was like, well, we want you to feel like it's a safe place. And she's talking about something. This ish ain't safe. Y'all beat the hell out of each other. And it, girl, who is beating the hell out of who? Like, it's low-key giving. And y'all stop me if I'm wrong. I need y'all to pay attention to the words that's coming out of my mouth. Okay? Because I want y'all to tell me if I might be on to something. Because we can't say whether I'm right or wrong, because I'm just going with, hey, DS, come get Aries Diva. You see what she said? And you go with her. When the booty was leaking, that was wholly enough, heavy on the hole. I'm tired. DS talking about the jokes right. They said holy as in the hole in her behind. Yeah, you and Aries Diva, I need y'all to hold hands and go to the corner. Pregnant and all, throwing lit candles and pregnant Rashida. Yep, that's what I'm saying. But she claimed they beating each other up with words because they went back and forth. Yeah, she did. And I feel like whoever said she picked their team because, it ain't a lot of stunners on their team, I believe that's true. Red say, but she did tell her newfound bestie Kelly that. Oh, okay. I hear you. So listen now. This is what I believe. This is just what I believe. I feel like what she doing with Drew is what she want to be able to do with Portia. But I think, little Miss Memphis know not to run up on Big Georgia like that. That's what I think is going on when she's saying stuff like stuff I want to say I can't say. I think she absolutely want to pull with Portia what she pulled with Drew. Ain't nobody scared of little, Chicago to have her neck and her shoulders like, girl, don't nobody see you. It don't matter how loud you squawk. We could tell, girl, you don't even have full range of motion on your neck. Ain't nobody scared of you, Drew. But I feel like when it comes to Portia, K. Michelle want to say all type of stuff. She want to go off and whoop the whoop, but she not really coming with the whoop or the beat the beat. I think that loudmouth Memphis, you ain't too sure about doing all that at Big Georgia. Now that's what I think. Now if y'all think I might be on to something, give me a 2. If I'm way off base or y'all feel like I'm way off base, give me a 9. If you think I'm on to something, give me a 2. If you think I'm way off base, give me a 9. I ain't gonna take it personal, but I personally believe that that's what the hell going on. I think she's scared to run up on Big Georgia, but that's who she really want to beef with. But she don't really know the right way to get into that. And I don't think she want to do it unless she got, 3 or 4, 5 big security dudes in the middle. And I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you know what you're doing. You got to make sure you know what you're doing. Yeah, Big Georgia got that reach because Portia ain't just solid. She tall. And when you tall, you got that reach. I'm a tall girl. So I can tell you when we tall, we got reach. You don't necessarily want to be doing that unless you know for a fact. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I think she wanted right with the Black Mamba. I think she want to beef with the Black Mamba, but the Black Mamba is Big Georgia, and she don't really know how to tackle that. That's not a Rashida situation. That's not, lighting the tail and probably, mixed ethnicity and all that. That's pure Georgia Southern cornbread fed Bama, and she know that ain't finna go right. Okay, at least I'm not tripping. Say I give Drew credit. She got back with wannabe bad K. I was proud of Drew tonight. I wasn't proud of neither one of them. I mean, she got a right to talk back to her because who is K. Michelle? Like, y'all both grown women. She say something to you, she could say something back. Right, Yvette? K did a risk assessment and she realized that Big Georgia, that ain't a risk she want to take. I think she realized it wasn't worth it. The scratch wasn't worth the sniff. Pun intended. See, at 66, Seattle say Decatur, Georgia, throw them hands. Yeah. Well, when it's Big Georgia, because Rashida, Georgia, but Rashida is this big. She was more mouth than anything. She ain't real solid. Ain't really got no height, no reach. You can look at her shoulders and tell she ain't no brawler. So she sized her up and she went for it, just like she went for it with Drew. Adrian Marie said, we know those people who are hesitant to step to people. They don't know that well. Yeah, but she know Portia. I think she know her well enough to know that, be ready when you do. Latoya say, when Shamea was telling all the Portia business to K. Michelle, Kelly, and Pinky, she must have also told her Portia got them hands. I mean, if you're gonna be gossiping, tell it all. Don't leave none of that. But that's what I think is going on. Why y'all just beating the hell out of each other, and I want to say stuff I can't say. So then Portia said, well, you know what? That wasn't intentional. I wasn't really looking to have that conversation. And you could tell Portia wasn't looking to have that conversation. And if we're gonna be honest, I don't think Kelly was really looking for it to happen like it happened. Angela Oakley, messy tail, is the one that started that conversation on that Sprinter bus, on that Sprinter van, whatever you want to call it. Angela started that. Okay. This is the problem. AP say Kay called out Portia face. No, she didn't call him out. When she was in the driveway with the Losers Alliance, she told him. She didn't call out Portia, Phaedra, and Drew. When they was face to face, she didn't call out nobody but Drew. Yeah, because in order to call somebody out, you got to say it to them. If you didn't say it to them, all you did was scurry like a mouse and go whisper. But yeah, Angela started that mess on the bus. And so Portia was like, I'm more into personal one-on-one conversations. I wasn't looking to have that type of conversation at that time. Jay is a gem 8. Thank you for being 137. Okay. Yeah, Angela started that. And then even when Portia tried to shut it down, Angela still swung it back around. She was going to make it be a thing. So they had a thing. And she was like, I wasn't looking for no personal conversation. And Kelly was like, let me speak for myself. Mind you, Portia was speaking for herself. You just couldn't let her speak for herself because you have to be heard. And I'm not sure why. I wouldn't want camera time if I was her. She said, well, we're in an uncomfortable space and we're trying to digest that. It is, girl, you said you was going to speak for yourself and then start speaking French. We this, we that, whatever. So then Portia was like, look, I got to check myself. I'm disappointed in myself. I shouldn't have been talking about businesses opening and closing. I take that back. I shouldn't have said that. I ain't wishing bad on nobody money. I'm glad she took that back because you don't need to be wishing bad on nobody money. And to be honest, I don't think Portia was necessarily wishing bad on Kelly money, but I think she was checking her because it's like you talking about a lien on the house. Portia don't have no lien. Simon got a lien. So I guess she was just shooting it back at her like, girl, you done already lost your house and your goddamn business. But, she realized, like, don't drag about her money because her children need that money. That money, let me say this for the mamas in here and the uncles and the daddies too, the few of y'all that's here. But for the mamas in here, I think we can all agree the money we make belongs to our children. We don't make money for ourselves, especially when them children young. The money you make is your children money. So that's why y'all catch me. Even if I don't like somebody, I don't wish nothing bad on your money because at the end of the day, that's your children money. Your children depending on that money. And I want you to make all the money and some more money because children is expensive. And it looked like no matter how much money you got, you need some more. So I'm glad she took that back. But Sasha Bunny got a hell of a point, y'all. She say she ain't take back the cheating. No, because she's saying she know that that'll be a fact. Okay? When we work, that money belongs to them children. That ain't none of our money. They let us use part of it, but it ain't our money. Jay say, but Kelly always look uncomfortable in her clothing choices, child. I feel like Kelly will look uncomfortable if you peel her out all them clothes. I don't care whether she dressed up like a baked potato or whether she out there sunbathing with nothing between her and the Lord. I think she gonna look uncomfortable. Kelly's just an uncomfortable looking girl. Now that's just what that is. But she did take that back and she offered, a further convo with Kelly or whatever at a later time, just the two of them. Kelly declined. She said, okay, well then moving right along. So then Drew asked Kay, how she was feeling and what she was feeling and all of that. And so then Kay stared at her looking crazy. Like, of course, the girl gonna ask you directly because you acting weird with her. You wasn't saying nothing direct. I guess she had to. Hey, Praise Angel, how you doing, sis? Thank you for being 138. So she said, well, I've been being standoffish with you because you keep saying that I know black and you trying to associate me with this man and connect me with this man, and I got a whole husband and I don't know him. The only thing I know about him is from him being in my DM and complimenting me and complimenting my sister. And I'm sitting there like, girl, this is a whole different energy than what you gave at that table with Kelly and Portia, and then again with Cynthia and everybody else. He in my DM, oh, you're so fine, under my pound cake video when I was making pound cake and this and that, and he gave me his number, asked for my number, whatever the hell she said. And it's like, hell, when you was going on and on about black this, black that, here black, air, here black, there black, everywhere black, you ain't even mention your sister. Now all of a sudden you at the table, you trying to downplay it and pretend like this girl is worried about you and this man and connect to you to this man, which we have never heard her do. Now all of the goddamn sudden it's me and my sister. He was trying to talk to me and my sister and the black and the black and the black bliggity black. We done heard that man name more from K. Michelle than we have from Drew. Brandon say again, nobody knew about black until Kay told us about the DM. Stop telling on yourself. Hello, good night. It's given that K. Michelle is bothered that a man who was interested in her is also interested in Drew Sadami. Like, some men don't have no type, and ain't no point in you taking that serious. And especially if he ain't none of your man, why do you care who he like? What's the problem, Kay? It's like, as much as she trying to throw it off that Drew trying to connect her to this man, it's giving K. Michelle worked overtime to connect herself to this man through the goddamn DM. Okay? Uh-oh. Couture Bay is here all the way from Asia, y'all. She say good morning. Zaoshan, good night then. Good morning. Say listen in the background while I'm cleaning. I ain't mad at it. Thank you for being like number 139, boo. So look. And so Drew was like, I'm not, she didn't know what the hell she was talking about. She's like, you keep saying this or whatever. I got a whole husband. And the talk around ATL, this is what she said in the confessional, I believe. The talk around ATL is Drew is trying to connect her to black. And she's saying the talk around ATL. And my thing is this. You saying this to talk around town, but you can't say no names. You saying it's to talk around town, but you can't say no names. And I feel like that's a stylish way of just saying, I want a problem with you over this man. And as long as I say it's to talk around town, then I don't have to prove it. I don't have to justify it. It don't have to be true. And you can't prove that I didn't hear some gossip. I know some people like that. Her husband need to seal her leaks. With fix it. DS, come get your niece. Soon as you let her out, this what she do. She's saying the dentist need to get some of that dental putty and plug up K. Michelle booty. DS, come and get your niece. Okay, come and get her. Adrian Marie said the viewers can't verify that. That's why she said it. Right, we can't verify it. So now we got to take your word that you just magically hearing everybody in the street like you Mama Joyce. Stop it. Mind you, this is what I want y'all to consider. Do y'all mind if I take a little creative license, a little common sense license? K. Michelle is the one. I want y'all to type true after each statement. If I'm telling the truth, type false if it ain't true. Okay. Is K. Michelle, or is she not, the person that came on the show first episode telling Portia that Atlanta has been tough to her? Atlanta has been a mean girl city to her, and they tried to run her out of town and all this stuff. Is that true or false? If it's true, type true. Okay. Oh, then Zaoshan. You in China, you in Taiwan. Okay. That's what she said, right? Put true if I'm telling the truth. Peanut here, y'all. She like number 140. Okay. So if it say true, that's what she said, right? So my thing is this. If in fact Atlanta has been a mean girl city to you, everybody tried to run you out of town. They tried to blacklist you. They don't fool with you. They not nice to you. They didn't befriend you. Who the hell is the people in the street bringing you anything? Does that make sense? Who would be gossiping with you? Kay, Kimberly, Michelle, if everybody in Atlanta is treating you like it's a mean girl city and they don't mess with you and they try to blacklist you and they telling people not to talk to you, not to work with you, not to be your friend. So who is all the people in the street coming to tell you that Drew is running around trying to connect you with people? Let's be all the way real. Drew ain't even plugged in like that. So who is the people that's supposedly connected to you and Drew? That's all of them running up to K Michelle to tell her that Drew trying to connect her to black, like she messing around on her husband. You don't have people in Atlanta like that, according to you. It's like K Michelle forget what she say. 1 minute you the victim and you know you the black sheep and everybody is being mean to you and nobody don't want to be your friend and it's a mean girl city. And now you so plugged in and you know you Willie D from the Ghetto Boys. Everybody know me. Everybody love me. It's like I'm a movie star. Which one is it, show enough? It's the mean girl city and these hoes don't mess with you, or you plugged in, you Willie D, everybody love you, you a whole movie star, or which one is it? Because it can't be both. Hey, Megan Graves, thank you, girl. That's all I'm saying. I get tired when people tell stuff and then they go tell another lie like we can't keep up with what the hell was said. Say RHOA is mean. They just not Mimi and Rashida. Yeah, but right now they not even being mean to her Couture Bay. They up here like tiptoeing around the crazy. And at this point, like, go on, tear the lid off, rip the Band-Aid off, because she acting stupid in T-way. Yep, and it could be an imaginary friend because, dude, I want y'all not to forget, this is the same chick that sat up there and lied on our girl, Kimberly Jones. Lil' Kim, what we call her, she the same one sat up there and lied on Lil' Kim, that lied on our girl, Kimberly Jones. She the same one sat up there and made up a whole conversation that never happened, talking about Lil' Kim told her she wanted to be Royal Reigns godmama, and Kim was like, I ain't never told that crazy hoe that. So I would not be surprised if she ain't talk on the phone to nobody. Because if you can lie on the black Barbie dressed in Bulgari, oh honey, you can lie on anybody. You claiming a whole conversation happened that never happened. Why this might be a whole conversation that never happened. Ain't nobody called you and said a cotton picking thing. Okay? Hey, outside the box, thank you for being number 143. But I ain't forgot that. It didn't make me like just out not dislike her, but I sure filed that away in my gray matter. I remember you did that. And when she said it like with such fondness, like it was a memory that she had done cooked up and created in her goddamn brain. That's all I'm saying. Hey, Love at First Glow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all welcome Love at First Glow. Spam the chat. AP said all the ladies are giving Kay too much grace, especially Portia, like Kay is the first lady. I think Portia is trying to give Kay a lot of grace and pet her because she's the one that brought her on the show, and she actually felt like Kay is somebody she know, not somebody they told her to pretend like she was friends with. So she felt like, well, I'm friends with you, or I'm friendly with you, and I brought you in here, and you feel like people doing something to you. I got to say something on your behalf. But she don't know. K Michelle came on there as your friend, but K Michelle don't like you either. She called Atlanta Mean Girl City, where you very Atlanta, and I feel like I'm friendly with Portia, but you friends with all them people I got a problem with, so I don't really like you either. And that's what I think a lot of this is. Kay has sour toward Atlanta. Portia is very much one of them people that's in the middle of all the little social groups in Atlanta, and I think she got a problem with that. She ain't gonna say it because at least there's somebody that's kind of in the in crowd that's willing to be friends and things about her. So she not come out and be like, oh, I don't like you either. But I think it's obvious at this point. Okay. So then after all of that, they get past all that. Phaedra is like, Phaedra dumb. She in the confessional talking about Black and his big teeth. Shamea over there whispering and making faces and stuff. Because, you know, she telling her, you know, K Michelle and Drew went and had a little back and forth. And, you know, Drew was just like, look, I only said that you knew this man one time. I said that you knew the man one time, and that's because I assumed that y'all knew each other, because when he was on the phone or whatever, that y'all greeted each other like y'all knew each other. So I made an assumption. You said you didn't know him, so I didn't say it no more, which is fair. I don't think they both had Robert. I think, if y'all let me know if I'm remembering this right. I think it was that K. Michelle said she liked him and he, wanted to work with her, and he didn't see her that way. The reality nonfiction say K. Michelle don't want to be bothered with them things. She probably just wanted the checks. And listen, I like checks, but coming on pretending like somebody doing stuff to you when ain't nobody doing nothing to you, yeah, that's not the lick. And I personally think she shouldn't be looking at them as things when, she puts on 10 pounds of makeup from the Willie Watkins funeral home that she borrowed from Phaedra, and she's sitting around with her behind leaking. I don't think that you can really call people things when that's on your resume. K. Michelle be sitting over there and with mortuary number 5 on every episode. She looks beautiful without that makeup, but she loves to put on that mortuary number 5 from Willie Watkins funeral home. Hey, Rochelle, thank you for being 147. Yeah, she dated him and said she loved that man. I thought she said that they was just making music together. Well, if they dated, then that's even worse. So Cake, somebody called and told you the plot at the same time Shamea figured out the plot. Right. That's all. Why I got to go in the corner? What I do? I did something. Y'all tell me what I did in the chat. I'm always doing something. Hey, Maybelline. Thank you for being 148. Well, that's what she be wearing, mortuary number 5. Yvette say she said it like he cheated on her. Maybe he did. I don't know. Maybe he did. Now I'm just saying. So look, that ain't all. So after they said that about, and he was in my DM. And so Drew was like, if he was in your DM, he could be in your DM. That man's single, which that's true. The man is single. You single till you're married. That's just what it is. Hey, Toria, thank you for being 149, boo. Yeah. Yeah, Willie Watkins is a real funeral home. They have fumes over there. Talking about the leaks on K. Michelle and her MA. You got to retype that, baby. Yeah, that what she be wearing. Talking about she need glam. Hell. Every time they do her glam, she be looking just like herself. All I be wanting is a plate with 2 scoops of collard greens, some Publix chicken, a Hawaiian roll, and some tater salad, and a funeral soda. Every time they do her goddamn makeup. Hey, Paige. Thank you for being 151, sis. I'm just saying. But anyway, I ain't gonna drag on it. So Shamea over there whispering, she got to care about the DM because she was on the phone with him for hours. Why does she have to care about a DM because she was on the phone? Why you worrying about it? Shamea, I ain't being funny because I'm not that lady. I don't put my mouth on nobody's marriage. But you need to worry about your own man. You understand? Worry about your own man. Your man do not want to be on that television. Your man do not want to be on this show. Your man is working with you for you to be on this show because he know you really want it. And every time that camera go to Mr. Mwangi look like he 2 seconds from telling you and all them goddamn people to unplug that stuff and get the hell out of his house. Instead of you worrying about your man, you worry about the much right man. Black is the much right man. He much right. Yours, Drew's, Kay's, anybody who want him. That man is single. And you got a man that ain't single that belongs to you, according to the law and the Lord. And instead of you worrying about him, you worrying about who the hell Drew on FaceTime with. Ma'am, tend to your business. Tanya say, leaky cheeks. One issue with Drew because she has her original face. I'm tired. You brand new here. Y'all welcome Tanya S. with spam the chat with the word welcome. And Tanya, I ain't gonna send you to the reflection corner yet, but you real crazy. And I like it. Whatever's wrong with you, I like it. Because you call that woman leaky cheeks, and I'm paying attention. Shamea's man don't want to be here at all. He don't. But she over here whispering about Drew and making faces and all that. Hey, Bap. That's right, y'all. Welcome. So look, So she over there and everybody noticing she over there whispering and making faces. And I'm like, Shamea, you a pretty lady, but you're not pretty enough to be making all them faces, baby. Pretty got levels. Pretty got levels. I'm not somebody that should be making faces either. So I ain't coming at you hard for no reason. I'm just being real with you, mama. You ain't got a face that stand up to all them faces you making. I was like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I need you to respect your ranking. Don't do that. So she over there making all them faces and whispering and stuff. Meanwhile, Drew and K. Michelle talking. What you over here whispering and making faces for? Like you on the ecstasies. What the hell is that for? So then, you know, everybody get up to leave. K. Michelle pulled Shamea to the side talking about, you know, what's wrong with you? It was so out of pocket that even K. Michelle pulled her to the side to say, man, what the hell wrong with you? You over here whispering, making faces and stuff. And she talking about, no, she throw shots, I throw shots back. And this was one time I'm like, thank God for Kay. Shamea don't want her life, and it shows. And I don't know why. You got a husband that love you. You got beautiful daughters. You got money. Y'all know we done been down this road with Shamea. I don't know what else the hell she want. Her life looks lovely. Your husband really loves you. He takes very good care of you. I don't know what her issue is, why she don't want her life. Shamea's only cool with the other girls because her and Portia ain't friends no more. No, we're not doing that with the Portia stuff. Number one is lateness played out. Number two, the only person on there that don't have no whole facts, to my understanding, would be Cynthia Bailey. So unless you finna sit up here and call all of them hoes, I'm gonna need you to keep that woman's coochie out your mouth. Because y'all get on my nerves putting everybody coochie in your mouth. You don't know where them people coochie been. You shouldn't want nobody coochie in your mouth because you don't even know whether they cleans it properly. Now let's go there. That's number one. Number two, unless you the woman in question's mammy, you ain't never ever had no jurisdiction over another woman's coochie. Number three, because y'all know I'm old school country and I'm Christian. Unless you is married, unless you is a married woman, and you out here popping coochie, ain't not one of them cleaner than the next one, because ain't none of them men y'all husbands. If you cracking it open outside of the benefit of marriage, we got a whole lot of Jezebels, Vashtis, and Rahabs. So we not doing that over here. Keep other women's coochies out your mouth. And that go for everybody. Portia too, with a nasty self. Keep the coochies out your mouth. Because at this point, y'all got to stop it. That's right, Bap. Let's stay married. And they don't be married. They don't be married. Talking about my man, what the hell is my man? That ain't no goddamn title. And while you up here hunching on him, you don't know who he hunching on. Y'all don't start me, because I'll say it. I'll say it. Keep other people coochie out your mouth. Now that's from Auntie. Yeah. Is late in this tide. Stop that. Because everybody done something. And if you happen to be one of the ones that ain't cracking it open, you too. You behave too. Because if you ain't did that, you did something else. If you didn't do that, you did something else. Okay, I wasn't around here cracking it open, but I did a whole lot of other stuff. So we gonna leave that alone. Y'all know I don't like that over here. Don't do that. So anyway, after that, after she talking about, this is, that's really what you doing. She said you literally was trying to create a new beef tonight. She said, I saw you every time that girl was talking, you was making faces, and she said you had your whole commentary. You had your own commentary every time that girl said anything and she wasn't talking to you. And I was glad. Let me tell you something. See, you knew. And matter of fact, you knew, but you about to be gone. Let me help you out. First of all, ain't no girl about. I ain't been a girl in a long time. I ain't nobody's girl. I ain't got mama nor daddy. I'm old and I'm somebody's grandma. That's number one. Name calling and sitting up calling people whores and talking and putting their coochie in your mouth. That's something different. That's something different. If you're a woman, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And if you're a man, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I ain't wearing mortuary number, nothing. The mortuary is what's coming out your drawers at night. That's the mortuary. Anything like a mortuary around you is your odor. Because everybody can see me and know me. Y'all don't see me in makeup. I don't need the one from the drugstore, the department store, or from the funeral home. I don't wear none of them because I don't need them. Now that's something a tired, dead hoe like you wouldn't know nothing about. Now what I said is what I said, and what you're gonna do is get your tired, miserable tail up out of here. The fact that you hiding behind a Drewski picture tells me everything I need to know about you. See, you one of them ugly hoes. Okay? You've been cursed from the womb. You was cursed from the root. That's why you up in here trying to kick up dust in a room full of attractive women. Y'all block this hooker. Don't let her come back up in here. Every now and then, an ugly hoe sneak in and try to cause problems. You not finna talk up under another woman's clothes. You not gonna sit up and talk about hold this, hold that. Because unless you married, and if you popping coochie, you ain't no better than her, Shamea, and nobody else. Leave it alone. I don't trust nobody hiding a picture behind somebody else's picture. That's called, if you're ugly and you know it, clap your hands. Now you get your tired tail up out of here. Thank you, DS. Always got to be old raggedy hooker with no picture. Listen. You ain't got to act like that if you want attractive. Do you know if you go to the Lord and you pray, he can touch your face? I'm telling the truth. I know people that was born that wasn't that pretty, but they got to know the Lord and God bless them. So if you ugly, don't come up in here acting like that. You don't need to be in here gossiping no way. You supposed to be at the altar, down on your knees, tearing for the Holy Ghost, praying for an anointing over your face. Don't come up in here acting like that. Because I'm going to get you every time. Talking about some makeup on me. Hell, I got hot flashes. I can't afford to be putting on no makeup. Tell your mammy to put on some makeup. And what I said still stand. Don't come up in here putting another woman coochie in your mouth. I meant just what I said. That's it and that's all. Nah, baby. Some of them don't be broke. They cursed. They cursed from the womb. Some of the ugly you see on people is generational. That's a generational curse. That ugly came through their mama, their grandmama, 4-5 generations back. That ugly be done traveled down the bloodline. Them Negroes need deliverance. Come up in here with that mess. Anyway, back to what we were saying. So, hell, I'm sweating right now. But anyway, so after that, then you hear Drew complaining, talking about, oh, Shamea just talking about me. Drew, if you ain't going to address her, leave it alone. And like K. Michelle told Shamea, either talk to her about it, say something to her about it, just let it go. Let it go. And then you got Shamea in a confessional calling Angela and Drew thing 1 and thing 2, talking about they keep bringing up me and Portia, which they do. Now, that's one time I got to give it to Shamea. Shamea wasn't wrong. Shamea wasn't wrong. Because Angela and Drew do keep bringing up her and Portia. They do. She ain't lying. Sean say, not Terry at the altar. Yes, Terry at the altar. Terry. Deborah say, seem every week there's been at least one that tried over here. I don't know what they tried for. Because I'm going to do it every time. Thank you, boo. Every time I'm going to meet you where you at. I'm going to meet you at the point of your need. Wherever that happened to be. But Shamea wasn't lying. And I was glad production played it fair. I'm glad production played it fair. And they played the clip showing all the times that just unprovoked, randomly, Angela bringing up, well, you and Portia. And Drew bringing up, well, you and Portia. Yeah. Sometimes you need an open rebuke. Hey, Miss Gardner, girl, where you been? I miss you. So good to see you. Blessed woman of God say Shamea should have never told them about her relationship with Portia. But she was doing it on purpose. Remember last season, she was doing that to plant seeds to get everybody to help her, dogpile on Portia. It just backfired because Shamea did not know how messy Angela Oakley is. Angela Oakley is messy. So when she ran to Angela to try to get Angela in on the little alliance she already had with Kelly and with Bang Bang, Britt Sleazy, Angela didn't join in on the alliance. Angela went playing bone carrier, bring a bone, carry a bone. So when she took it to Angela, Angela took it to Portia. And then anything she could take to Shamea, she took it, but it wasn't much because Portia wasn't playing in. But once Shamea started running her mouth, she couldn't stop. And Angela is messy, and Angela played her. Angela pulled her on Front Street. And if you ask me, Angela say that she feel, you know, oh, Shamea's still upset about losing the friendship. Angela's off base with her little messy self. Shamea's not upset about losing that friendship, in my opinion. I told y'all, I feel like Shamea's upset at losing access to Portia because she didn't want to be no friend. You know, she didn't want to be no friend, but she wanted to be able to have access and to be like a friend of me and stay close, because if I can't stay close to you, then I don't know your business. You see what I'm saying? I can't really get your business and run it in the street, and I can't, you know, get up under you and influence stuff and get you arguing with other people. And I feel like she blamed Angela specifically, partially Drew, but I think she blamed Angela specifically for you blew up my spot. I had a whole plan and you blew up my spot. That's what I think happened. She didn't want to be Portia's friend. She didn't. It's the access, right, Toria? Say, yeah, she mad. She lost access and that she was exposed. Angela exposed her. And I don't think Shamea ever gonna get past that. Shamea ain't gonna never get past that, because I personally believe she been trying to, like, you know, shank Portia for some years now, and she been getting away with it because either Portia ditzy for real or she just playing dumb, which it could be either one. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I think. That's the thing. That's what I really believe. So they get past all that. They had their little talk, but Kay told her, like, look, you either, you know, she was like, you know, you ain't from the hood. She was like, you need to be dropped off in the hood because you be on some stuff. And that was one time K Michelle wasn't wrong. K Michelle was not wrong on that. Shamea is full of crap. Either, you know, chop it up with the girl and move on, or stop doing little stuff, making faces. And it was crazy because I feel like Shamea felt emboldened to do all of that because K Michelle is there and they've been, you know, politicking and businessing together and having rapport. So she feel like, I got backup. I'm gonna act a real fool now because you wasn't doing all of this before, right? But in the middle of her being extra, doing all that extra, she did so much extra that even K Michelle had to call it out, which that's saying a lot because K Michelle has been extra, read all about it. Hey, the Divine Miss M, thank you for being number 157, honey. Yep. Shamea still got a plan, but the plan is failing bad. Tammy say, Angela been playing the long game for a while now. I saw it a long time ago. Me too. Just watch. She want to be big dog and she positioning herself, but I clocked it. Yeah, but she ain't gonna never be. Hey, Shakuru. What's up, sis? Don't forget the like button. Yep. The thing is, outside the box, say Shamea could have called Angela out, but she too goofy to do it. Right. Instead, she want to, you know, make it a her and Drew thing forever. So anyway, next morning, Kelly calling her grandma, everybody going down there for breakfast or whatever. Pinky say Scent took good care of her, which I'm not surprised, which is why y'all shouldn't have been attacking Scent in the first place. Like, what did y'all want her to do? Like, it's not Cynthia's job to manage y'all grown behind women trying to beef with each other. Candy pumping her head. She's pulling strings from off the camera. Y'all keep telling me that, and I believe you a little bit. Angela don't have the personality to be a big dog. She don't. Angela have to wait for somebody else's drama and then insert herself. She'll never be a centerpiece. Diaz said Angela need to stay on the porch with the puppies. Oh, well, it looks like we all kind of think the same thing. Angela has 1 season and a half before she replaced. Tough crowd. So yeah, so she say, you know, she took good care of her, asked the ladies how dinner went. Was it fun? It wasn't a whole lot of feedback on that. And I feel like she was trying to get the conversation crunked back up because she missed most of it in the bathroom. It didn't work. They asked where K Michelle was. Angela said, I knocked on her room door, but she didn't come out. Phaedra went to check on her and came back and was like, well, she said she just relaxed and she'll be down, right? Cynthia tells them that the jeweler coming, she gonna put all the ice on them. I was surprised that they didn't know what a bust down was. They really thought that bust down only mean wig or somebody hunching. Apparently, they didn't know that an iced out watch is also called a bust down. I'm old and I know that. I don't know why they don't know that. I don't know. It was weird. But yeah, she said she was finna go ahead and get them some ice, you know, like the children used to love the little what was it? The Jesus song, the Gucci Man, the Icy. Peanut used to love that So Icy song. Oh my goodness, it couldn't come on in the car. I'm so icy. If it came on, she'd be back there just getting it. And I would never say nothing, but that was really her song. But anyway, so she was gonna get them so icy, okay? And then Kay finally comes out. Angela asks Kay, you know, is it true that, you know, she really don't feel safe around them? And she said no. And so they trying to figure out, like, no, it's not true that you don't feel safe, or you do feel safe, or, you know, what are you saying? And she just broke down, started crying. You see, she laughing. I'm telling y'all, that was her song. In elementary school, you couldn't play So Icy. That thing would be in the back seat like she ain't had a mama, just tearing it up. But yeah, so she started crying and breaking down, and y'all say y'all care about people and then sit and plot on people and stuff. And if I know somebody plotting on my hurt, I ain't gonna smile in their face. And I know the whole plot. I know everything. And so at this point, Portia big dumb tail. Now this time I'm gonna call you dumb Portia. Portia big dumb tail talking about who is it? And you know, Kay sitting there, y'all know who you are. Everybody might not know, but the person it is, y'all know, you know who you are. So at that point, I'm thinking she talking about one person, because she said, whoever it is, you know who you are. Okay, cool. So then Portia sitting up there still being the big dummy, talking about, well, I feel responsible because I brought you in this group. Tell me who it is and I'll deal with it for you. Even if it's me, tell me if it's me, and whatever it is, I'll deal with it. So then she goes on another tirade. You who it is, you know who you are. And she cut her eye to the side, to the other side. So I'm like, okay, she must be looking at Drew. And that's when she goes, yep, thank you, Bap. She was looking in Drew direction. And when she went to talking about you ain't got nothing, she said, for those of y'all who missed it, K. Michelle sat her tail up there and said, you know who you are. You a low down, dirty MFer, and that's why you ain't got nothing. I said, ain't got nothing. I say, now ain't but two people at this table. Ain't but two people at this table who money bad, and that would be Drew and Kelly. And Kelly is in the loser alliance, so it couldn't have been Kelly. You had to be talking about Drew to be saying, you know, yes, Yvette. Portia genuinely didn't realize you up there like a dummy, like, just tell me and I'll deal with it for you. Girl, she trying to throw off on you too with your big silly self. Angela girl said, I love how Phaedra was looking at Kay like, girl, you need to stop. And was. Lord. Political junkies say Kay need a bed and meds. And do. So look, she, you know, doing all that, and that's why you ain't got nothing. And then she said that somebody called her. This one we hear about this magical call that came after dinner. It came after dinner now, this magical call, and told her that Drew was going around town trying to connect her to Black. Based on what? Meanwhile, Drew don't even know about this DM. And I know some of y'all, and I'm also some of y'all that be like, Drew be lying all the time, which she do. I ain't gonna deny that Drew do be lying all the time. She lied. Her, Stacey Rush, and Mia Thornton, baby, they could have a reality show called The Lies League, and I would low key probably watch clips, not the show, but I watch clips. But I don't believe that Drew lying this time. Drew ain't know nothing about no DMs. So if she don't know about the DMs, why, you know what I'm saying? What would the motive be? DS, come and get your sister. Tammy talking about some antibiotics, and please lay on your stomach, poo. DS, come get her. 21-second violation, 21.5-second violation. DS, come get Tammy. Thank you. Thank you. But I'm sitting there and I'm just like, why would they just magically call you that evening? Magically. You have a conversation with Drew only because Drew happened to ask you what you feeling and what's going on and what's happening, and y'all had the conversation about why you being standoffish and what you believe and yada yada yada, and then magically somebody just calls you out the blue with information that coincides with what you're saying. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make, like, you can't just tell me something that's stupid, man. Yeah, she told herself. She sat in the mirror and said, girl, you ain't gonna believe this. They plotting on you. And she said, for real? They plotting on me? And she said, yeah, they plotting on you. Portia talking about coochies because of what Mano said 8 years ago. It's definitely not because Portia is openly playing with coochies now. Crazy, deranged. Dom is that Don or Don? Dom down said, and we seen Kay replying back to the man in the DM. She talked to him. She act like Drew made up something. Drew ain't even said nothing. Drew didn't even know about the DMs, y'all. And we're going to talk about the proof that Drew ain't know nothing about the DMs. But listen, so she's, you know, she running around trying to connect me to the man. Based on what? Based on what? She would have no reason to connect you to this man. It doesn't make sense. I feel like K. Michelle wanted Portia, Cynthia, Kelly, or somebody to go back and repeat to Drew that the man had tried to holler at her in her DMs. The problem was nobody was interested in what K. Michelle was peddling. Because when she kept mentioning, he was in my DMs. Oh, you're so fine. Oh, I want you to call me. Oh, my pound cake. She kept doing that because she wanted somebody to take it to Drew. She wanted her and Drew to have this whole tete-a-tete back and forth over Black in the DM. And it did not happen. Like, she didn't get it. Like, it was no dice. It fell flat like a soda with the cap off. It did nothing. So she had to make it up as she went because Drew never took the bait because nobody gave Drew the bait. The people she said it in front of was in the Losers Alliance with her, and the other people, Cynthia and Portia, just didn't care. They did not care. Right, Aries D, but she tried and it just didn't work. It didn't work, and now she mad with everybody. Like, girl, that was an immature play in the first place over a man that don't belong to nobody. Deborah say, OMG, at this point in time on the show, Kay's been married about 8 weeks. Who cares who was in her DM, right? If he was in your DM, it was clearly before you got married. You just got married 5 minutes ago, Suge. Okay? So that happened. Then she said, and that somebody was talking about her body parts, her lady parts. And we know those of us who be paying attention to the gossip and everything, that she was talking about that filthy comment that Mano said about her, you know, talking up under her clothes some years back. And I remember that because when it came back up, of course, we dragged Mano because we don't stand for no man talking up under no woman clothes. That ain't what you do. You don't do that. So anywho, after that went on, Angela called out Shamea for making faces. She's like, you over here just making faces and stuff, and it gives you already know what's going on. So what you know, Shamea? And I'm going to give Angela credit because at least she called Shamea out. You know that? I mean, you doing all that. You obviously want to say something, say it. Over there just jerking that head back and forth like Woody Woodpecker. Just say what you need to say so we can all move on. So when Angela called it out, she was like, yeah, I mean, my face is my face. Kay told me and Kelly in the confessional, like, I don't remember. And she talking about, well, you know, I don't repeat people's secrets because that's not what friends do. I don't repeat people's secrets. She's still mad at Angela for telling about all the dirt she said about Portia. She mad at Angela for telling. Like, because we remember last season, she was lying on that girl. She didn't come to my wedding. She didn't congratulate me. She didn't want me on the show. And then the test proved that all that was a lie, and you was mad because Angela repeated the lies you told. What you lying for? So now she's still talking. She's still at that point throwing shots at Angela, in my opinion. Oh, I don't repeat what friends tell me because that's not what friends do. And she told me, and so I'm gonna keep that. This is, I don't, that's hers to tell, and whatever, yada yada yada, right? So they had they back and forth, and so Shamea was over there hot because Angela called her out, and Kay did admit that she told Kelly and Shamea. They not repeating it. Drew told Shamea, like, girl, it looked like you feeding the bull crap, which it do. And basically she was saying that she feel like Shamea doing a lot because she got backup, which I agree. I do believe Shamea doing a lot because she feel like she got backup. That's what I think. So then everybody that's not in the Losers Alliance is confused, like what the hell is going on. So they all end up in Cynthia's room sitting in her big old bed. The Loser Alliance met up in the driveway where K. Michelle is saying names out there. Why you didn't say the names in the house? Why would you go in the driveway to say that Portia and Phaedra and Drew was planning and plotting to get you and all this other stuff? And basically she was mad at Portia making coochie jokes about oysters, like they make coochie jokes every season, all season long. If you that sensitive, because Mano said that, which I can't tell you how to feel, that man violated you by saying that, but you can't just take that out on other women. So now everybody has to be censored and don't even tell jokes. I don't like the jokes, but that's their right to tell a joke. But now they can't tell certain jokes because a man disrespected you 8 years ago. Kay, get help. Get help. Seek help. So she had that conversation in the driveway with the Losers Alliance. The other ladies is confused. Phaedra said Angela need to be on the case, because like she said, even if Angela don't find the truth, even if she don't tell the truth, she'll make a convincing case. She'll try to convince you of whatever the hell going on. The rest of them, while they chilling in the room, they checking Twitter to see if she done said something on Twitter. And naturally, if you got to get a team to bring me down, then you already lost the plot, all this crazy cryptic crap. Portia trying to figure out, wanting to know what's going on. She's still slow. Portia ain't like all the way dumb, but she's slow. Like she real slow to pick up on what's what. And then you got K. Michelle talking about, this one's selling synthetic hair on Buford, and the other one fighting for a house with a man in the basement. And I'm like, girl, I know you didn't say them expensive wigs Portia selling the synthetic hair on Buford. I know you ain't said that. I said, wow. Magaline, don't do that, because Mano will say anything about anybody. Mano is very disrespectful. And I don't even know that man know anything about Kay up under her clothes. He's just a disgusting character. And Kay was reaching. She was reaching. And what it gives is anything Portia say, unless Portia put a name on it, she gonna say it's about her because she crazy. Even if it's a stank coochie jacket, she gonna put on the stank coochie jacket just so she can say Portia doing something to her. So while they sitting there talking about that, Shamea mad at Angela for calling out the faces, of course. Phaedra was told by Drew. Well, actually, Drew was like, well, who said Phaedra eat dead people? Cynthia was like, child, Pinky said that weird mess. Phaedra sitting there like, eat dead people? Like, I pick them up and drop them off, but I ain't never, even considered nothing crazy like that, because who would? That was something very stupid to say. It was extremely stupid, but, she said it, right? And then before they finished laughing and, kikiing it off, Phaedra was like, look, if it's going to be a group, y'all need to bring this stuff to the group and stop playing this your enemy got to be my enemy stuff. And Phaedra was absolutely right. And I want to say, this scene with all the ladies absolutely makeup free, everybody's skin looked nice. We didn't see no bad skin at the table. Y'all know I love to see, sisters with good skin, and we saw a lot of good skin at the table. So then later on, after they done, broke up their little quorum, their little meeting, as it were, they're getting ready for glam and all that, because they got to go to Cynthia's event tonight, right? The lady with the gowns showed up, the gown lady was bringing gowns and stuff. And so then Pinky on the team call talking with her team. I don't know why they showed us that, because who the hell wants to hear that, right? But that dryness was going on. Shamea and Kelly over there talking, and Shamea's like, they making me the target, and everybody making me the problem. And then she said, I'm going to clear my name. You can come with me if you want to, but I'm going to clear my name. And I'm like, clear your name for what? You were right there this morning when the lady was talking to you. You could have said something right then. My thing is, Shamea's upset every time she get exposed. Shamea got exposed last year for trying to have an alliance against her fake bestie, Portia. And then this time she got exposed again by Angela. Girl, you already know what's going on. That's why you sitting over there making faces and jerking your neck and doing all that. So just talk about it. Because up until Angela called it out, Shamea was going to sit there like she ain't had nothing to do with nothing and she don't know about nothing. She ain't a part of nothing. I'm just a bystander until Angela called her out. So for her, she feeling exposed again. And I know it's a touchy subject because Angela's the one that exposed you last year, which led to Britt Edie completely exposing y'all about that alliance. Okay. And I believe Britt was telling the truth about it. I do. The way they was talking about it. First it was ain't no alliance. Then it was, well, Portia, you was supposed to be a part of it. How's she gonna be a part of something that you saying it didn't exist? Like, I hate when people lie backwards and forwards. Like, keep your lie straight, right? Anyway, so she come back over there, come marching over there, talking about everybody come outside. But before she went to go talk about clearing her name, she made sure she put on a swimsuit with a string up her butt because she wanted to show her butt. Now I'm gonna just say this. I am not a proponent for saying every time a lady got a round backside that is surgeries. I don't believe in that. I don't. I think it's not nice. I think it's a little silly because Black women done had big butts for millennia without surgery. Before there was ever a surgery, the sisters been toting donks. Okay, sisters been toting donks since before surgery. Okay. But with all that being said, Shamea, something don't look right, mama. I'm going to just say that because we seen you before and it didn't look like that. Something don't look right. Now, if you got a surgery, I support that. I support any woman doing whatever you got to do to make sure that you feel good about your body because you have to live in that body. But something didn't exactly look right back there. I will say that. And I felt like it was a little calculated to hurry up and put a thong on to run back, as you say, to clear your name. Because you could clear your name right then and there on the spot. You did not need to go back to your quarters to put a string up your butt to come back to clear your name. I done cleared my name from a lot of stuff, and I ain't never had to put a string up my behind to do it. Isha so lovely say this show may be too much. This show may be too much for K. Michelle. She may need to step away. She absolutely need to step away, honey. Absolutely. I ain't never seen nobody put a string up their butt to clear their name. Now I don't know what kind of name clearing she been doing, but I ain't never heard of that. So I hope Shamea didn't go to K-Dot. DS, that is a 19-second violation. Isha so lovely say Shamea need to focus on having sons for her husband versus showing off her body. Well, Shamea can't carry the children in her body, so you know they be working with surrogates because every woman can't carry a baby successfully for different reasons. It could be stuff wrong. I don't remember what they said was going on with Shamea's biology, why she's not able to, but they get surrogates. She can't carry children successfully or in a healthy fashion. At least new deal to me. What's up, boo? Hit the like button. So I definitely ain't gonna say that. And I feel like just because you got to go to a surrogate don't mean that you can't do your thing with your body. A lot of women do that. That's fine because she don't have to carry them and her health is not at risk. Take care of your body. My thing is, why must you put a string up your butt to clear your name? And then now you don't put it on camera and then people can see something ain't right. Something wasn't right. I ain't gonna go in no detail. Shout out to you. I hope everything's settled. Some surgeries, this stuff take time to settle. If that's what's going on, I don't know. But sometimes it take time to settle. So maybe that's what we were seeing back there. And Angela talking about she just want to show off her new BBL. And I kind of felt like, okay, Angela, we could all see something and look right. But Angela, you didn't have to call it out. But maybe Angela felt like she needed to because Shamea did tell her she had a 1990s nose job last year, which wasn't wrong. Angela is sporting an old school nose job. So maybe that's why she felt like she had to return the favor. Right, Deborah, that is not the same booty we saw in Grenada at all. It's not the same one because Shamea always had a beautiful figure. And it's nice if you want to ask, you can have a nice figure and still want to do something to it. I support all of it. Be healthy And please don't put a string up your butt to clear your name. That's where I'm gonna leave that. So then Shamea sat there talking about plots and plans to manipulate her, and she's the fall person. And I'm sitting there like, girl, K. Michelle said she was being plotted on. Has you? And then she said, all I did was listen to Kay, and y'all talking about my face. And she was in the confessional like, I'm a black woman. It's all going to show on my face. And then she told K. Michelle, you got to clear my name. I didn't say nothing to you. All I did was listen. K. Michelle said, yeah, all she did was listen. That time, right? Portia then said what I was thinking. I think a lot of us were saying, like, but I thought K. Michelle was the one being plotted and planned against. Now it's you. You know what I'm saying? It didn't make no sense. Then Kay was like, you know, this person with the little comments can act as stupid as they want to. And, you know, she talking about Portia, like, oh, Portia acting stupid. She made a little comment. I know it was about me. Like, girl, everything Portia saying ain't about you. Everything anybody's saying ain't about you. Then she said, Drew keeps saying that I know black. She's still going with this. Drew keeps saying. We've seen Drew say it one time. Drew said to her, I've only said it one time. So they start having, you know, their thing. Cynthia saying, look, black keep coming up. And Cynthia said what I said. Black keep coming up because K. Michelle keeps bringing black up. If K. Michelle would stop bringing up black, we wouldn't even hear about black. Drew barely mentioned black. People have to ask her what's up with black. Definitely, it looks like a mental breakdown, and I think it looks that way, Nicola, because when you lying and reaching and pretending like you so emotional over something that didn't happen, you're gonna look crazy. Babs say the smoke Kay had for Drew, she should have had for Portia based on the lies she said was told. Right, but it wasn't even a lie. She said that she feel like Portia was taking shots at her for what Mano said. But I'm with you. Where was your smoke for Portia? Because you said Drew name with your whole chest. You had a whole back and forth with Drew with your whole chest. Portia literally had to hold you like a baby to keep you from jumping on Drew. But you ain't turn around and say, hold on, touch me, because you was talking about my coochie. I watched all of that. I was completely transfixed. I could not look away. I was waiting on her to pop off on Portia like, don't be holding me and you know you talking about me or whatever. But she didn't do that. Okay, Deborah says Shamea got a bleeding disorder, so she can't carry the child safely. I knew it was something, but she needs to produce eggs to be fertilized, and that's what Gerald may be salty about. Well, I mean, she could still do that. She's young enough and healthy. Yeah, Portia was right there beside her, and when she went to running at Drew, put a 1 in the chat if y'all saw Portia had to hold K. Michelle like a toddler to keep her from jumping at that girl. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all saw that, because I did. And I'm waiting. I'm waiting on the big bad K. Michelle to turn around and throw them bows. She didn't do none of that. So y'all saw that too, right? Okay. Because hey, Ziriana, they going back and forth, her and Drew is like, I never did that. She started screaming on her. Portia having to hold her back. Portia like, y'all doing all this about black. Like, y'all like his hookahs that much? Like, I don't know if he worth all that. Y'all mentioned black. These chicks done blacked out. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. She then says, right back, you know, they doing the whole thing. Drew told her, you need a moment. And she told her, I don't need no moment from you. And, you know, she's still talking about Ralph in the basement. Phaedra said, Kate done threw the whole kitchen sink at Drew, which they did. It was a lot. And I'm going to be honest, I didn't sit there and get all the back and forth with them because it was redundant. Drew kept saying, it did not happen, baby. I never said that. Don't call me baby. And it's like, you're angry and foaming at the mouth. This lady is telling you she didn't do this. This is my thing. For the sake of argument, right? Let's just say some cuckoo bird, some random cuckoo bird told K. Michelle that Drew did that, right? I don't believe it, but let's just say it. Let's just say somebody did, right? What make that person mouth a prayer book? Somebody can come tell me right now that Bap said, I got a size 12 shoe. if Bap tell me she didn't say that, why am I yelling at Bap like the other person got to be telling the truth? I don't, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody mouth the prayer book. So you don't know that person telling the truth. They say she did, she say she didn't. If you didn't hear her do it, why you acting stupid? Like, it just don't, the whole thing that Kay trying to cook up, it's not working. It's not working. She tried the black thing and the black thing didn't work. And, you know, Drew talking about, don't be talking to me like that. And K. Michelle jumping up and, you know, knucking and bucking and ready to fight. I'm like, what is going on? So then Drew gets back to her room. She called Black to like, what the hell going on? This lady saying that I'm going all over town trying to connect you to her. Black tells Drew, that don't make no sense because you barely want to connect me to you. And so I kikied a little bit, like, okay, cool. Then he said, well, I did like send her a DM. And I thought right there, hands up, don't shoot. Yvette say, because she believed her imaginary friend, Nitra. And you right. But at that point, he then was like, well, I mean, I did, you know, compliment her in her DM before. I done been in her DM. And it was the fact that he's telling Drew about the DM because he know he ain't never told Drew about the DM before. So Drew was like, but I didn't even know about the DM. Well, obviously, because we sitting here witnessing him, you know, not necessarily copping pleas, but clearing it up. Like, yeah, I did, you know, compliment her, holler at her in her DM before. The man telling her, like, yeah, I did speak to her in her DM before, but he not understanding this. You run around trying to connect me to them. It doesn't make sense. If Drew don't know about the DM, if Drew don't know that you've been running around talking about he was in my DM, oh, you're so fine in the pound cake. If she don't know about what you said, she don't know about the DM, Kimberly Michelle, what would be Drew Sadami's motive for going around trying to connect him to you? How would she even know to try to connect him to you? It doesn't make sense, honey. It doesn't. It's stupid. So Portia's sitting there after, you know, that cools off. Like, look, since we all here, what the hell was going on at breakfast, man? You was upset and you know, this, that, and the third. Shamea was like, oh, apparently it's been a team meeting. They done had a team meeting. And I'm sitting here like, Shamea, you call for this. You call for all these women to come here and talk. All of them. It doesn't make sense. Then for Shamea to be saying, oh, they obviously had a team meeting. Like, we didn't just watch y'all have a whole meeting in the driveway. Now, I'm from the 80s. You know, we was all, you know, we thought we was fly girls back when meeting in the ladies' room. Y'all remember that? Put a one in the chat if y'all remember meeting in the ladies' room. Okay, some of y'all old enough to know. Be back real soon. Y'all remember that? These hookers ain't had a meeting in the ladies' room. They had a meeting in the driveway. I don't even know what the melody for that would be. But they done had a whole Losers Alliance meeting in the driveway. And you talking about apparently they done had a team meeting. It's almost as though Shamea feels like we can meet up and talk and come up with a story on y'all. But don't y'all dare meet up and talk even when y'all confused about the bull crap that we accusing y'all of. Because it's giving the Losers Alliance is just randomly accusing people of stuff. What the hell is y'all even doing? So y'all can meet up and talk, but they can't talk. Y'all the one separated yourself out as a subgroup or a separate group. So because y'all separated out as a group, nobody else is allowed to talk together. They must stay in their separate corners while y'all meet up in a group. That don't make no sense, Shamea. Just like them clothes you be wearing. It don't make no sense. So then Angela gave the energy. You could tell she wanted some energy with Portia, but it just didn't work out. Because here come Angela Oakley. She don't miss no opportunity to insert herself and bring the message. So then we get the showdown between Angela and Shamea. Knew that was coming. Paige say, yep, thank you. You better watch your man. You better watch your man. Okay. Bap say Shamea's upset that she losing the ground she had with the fans before she came on the show. Mm-hmm. Baby, that wig, We're going to talk about that wig in a minute. She need to make friends with Portia, because if she wanted to wear a wig, that wasn't the one. Miss Tish said, I think you're going to back tomorrow. It's a lot going on IG. Yeah, I'm probably going to be back. Yep, you right. Thank you for calling that, Tish. So anyway, Angela was like, look, when it got back to me that you were saying that you blame me and Drew for the demise of you and Portia friendship or whatever, I was like, why is this still a conversation? Right? And Shamea's like, because you still talking about me in rooms that I'm not in. And, then she asserted the fact that they keep bringing up her and Portia, and production played it again, which they do. Anytime they want to poke at Shamea, well, I mean, you and Portia got issues. Well, you and Portia got issues. Shamea did it when they was after they went to the cattle drive and then they went out to eat, and Stanky Cole acted a fool. Drew bothered again. Well, I mean, you don't deal with your unresolved issues. And she said, yeah, just you. And she said, no, but you and Portia got issues. And Shamea was like, we're fine. Oh no, y'all got issues. So we're going to be honest up in here if we don't do nothing else. Y'all know, put a 6 in the chat if we can keep it real. Angela and Drew do keep poking Shamea about her and Portia. I want to see them 6s because we're going to be honest. We're going to also be honest that Shamea complaining about what they doing and she don't like it. Meanwhile, she was sending Kelly to go try to poke Portia about her and Shamea at Portia's house at her own dinner. So it's like literally the same stuff that Shamea does, she can't stand when people do it to her. I don't think it's cool that Angela and Drew keep poking her, but I also don't think it's cool that she had Kelly she was call herself having Kelly to keep poking Portia. So it's like y'all both keep doing the same thing. Her and Angela and Drew, that is, y'all doing the same things to each other and then sit up and play victim. It doesn't work. If you don't like it, don't do it. Because if you keep doing it, other people can keep doing it, and you ain't no victim. At this point, you a whole volunteer. Okay? It is what it is. Angela and Drew supposed to be poking back the friendship Shamea made it content, but that was last season. That's like putting on outfits from 1989 because it was in style one time. Once it's over, let it go. Drew and Angela need to let it lay because it's late and it's tired. Let it go. New things are happening, right? Cynthia was like, it's too much for her. She want to be on the beach somewhere in the sand in the sun drinking cocktails. Portia feel like they all disrespecting Cynthia on her trip. Cynthia is at this point, she said it's so important to her. At this point, she willing to go to her gala by herself. So then later on, after the other commercial break, we see the escorts, the police escorts pulling up. And I'm trying to figure out police escorts. And then I remember Portia bringing the diamonds. So the gemologist show up. He blinged out. I mean, bling blow, bling blizzle. Like, I mean, that man's wrist was so icy. Like, I had to blow in my hands and rub them. I'm like, God dang. I mean, bling, blow, blizzle, kablam. Like, what the hell? No wonder y'all got a police escort. I was at that point, I was like, okay, now I know why the police is here, right? Cynthia come out in her latest Sings the Blues wig, straight up mahogany action. I was loving it, every bit of it. I love when Cynthia do the big hair. Cynthia's pretty in everything. Short hair, long hair, light hair, dark hair. But when she do that big hair, that is, to me, that is peak cheekbones, baby. When Cynthia put on that big hair, you know she ready for business. When you get cheekbones in the big hair, yeah. Everybody peeped the mahogany. Even the jury man was like, oh, she like, you giving Diana Ross. Lady sings the blues. I say, I know that's right, honey. Cynthia came with her. So then he put Cynthia in $100,000 necklace and looked like $385,000 on her wrist. And Pinky came out in a strange sequin mini dress with a big old leopard print hat on that don't go with nothing nowhere within a 200-mile radius. He put $400,000 necklace on her. Then he put a $98,000 beautiful necklace on Shamea. The dress actually could have worked if it wasn't for that hair, because Shamea stole that hair from a drag queen in Midtown over on Euclid. Now that's what I believe, and I'm gonna stick with that. K. Michelle had on some $275,000 ruby earrings. We ain't even get a good, we ain't even get a chance to get a good shot of them. You know, K just ain't giving us what we need. Paige say the gemologist probably won't rent out his jewels without a police escort. I don't blame him. Would you? You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. That head ain't go with nothing. Angela's dress was nice. It really was. It was nice. It really was. Kelly had on $198,000 necklace. Put Phaedra in $100,000 serpentine necklace wrapped around her neck. She up there flirting with the jeweler. She said, "You married?" He say, "Nope, don't nobody want me." She said, "I'm single. I'm dating." I wasn't mad at that. You are single, and he got a lot of diamonds. Then, Portia broke out in her pregnancy reunion dress, the one where she was at the reunion pregnant with little PJ. And I thought that was cool. I like to see people wear their clothes more than once. I don't like the whole idea, oh, you can't wear something but one time. To me, that is whack, that's corny, and it ain't realistic, and it ain't sustainable. You spend your money on the dress, you better wear it more than one time. Them clothes ain't cheap. As somebody who makes the clothes, let me tell you, they ain't cheap. They not. Because a heifer like me ain't gonna never cut you no slack on the sewing machine. You get them clothes made, wear them clothes more than once. That go for y'all at home too. Because some of y'all be on that, I'm only wearing it one time. Don't you do that. So shout out to Portia for keeping it funky. Nene did it first, but I'm glad that you did the right thing. That was a nice dress. Put it back on. Sent went to check on Drew. Drew apologized for acting up at the little meeting out there, out there barking and bucking and going on. And again, glad she did, because y'all was acting stupid. But then she told Cynthia that she was going to catch an Uber to the thing later because she had a bad headache. And I imagine you did. You out there barking and yelling like a crazy person. That's enough to make you have a headache. So, say she didn't, wasn't feeling good, and that she would just meet them over there. She'll catch an Uber and go over there then. I knew right then she was going to be late, because that's what Drew does. That's what Drew does. Drew is a late girl. She's a very, very late girl. So I wasn't surprised by that at all. So anywho, after that, I actually made a note that Shamea's hair was ridiculous, but she definitely stole that from a drag queen in Midtown. The police escort was there for the diamonds. Of course, they get on board the Sprinter. They heading over. They joke about, who gonna catch the jeweler. And Kelly talking about, no, that's my husband. And Phaedra was like, yeah, because I was sure at him. I sure asked him if he was single. Not mad. She's single. She can catch him. Kelly, you better do your big one, because Portia say that married man ain't gonna give you no money. She said that married man ain't gonna give you no money. So, if you feel like you need to duel Phaedra for that old clear man with them diamonds, you better do your big one. I hope you took his number, girl, because sound like you could use the help. That's all I'm saying. Cynthia gets a call from the venue. The guy that stopped by, the planner guy, TJ, BJ, whatever his name was, he was crying. And because they started storming over there, and there was an outdoor event, and he sounded like he was out and out hyperventilating. And Cynthia was like, oh, I can't take no more. But the party moved inside. And so when they got there, the party's inside, the men is there, everything like that. Mike showed up with a rose dipped in gold. And I'm like, okay. K. Michelle telling her husband about she had a fight. No, you didn't have a fight, really. You just acted crazy. And then Drew acted crazy with you because, she is just happy to have some drama. Everybody was nice to Kay. They walked up, spoke to her and her husband, like, oh, your wife is you and your beautiful wife, we love her. She's so beautiful. And K. Michelle still talking about, I'm going to play nice because it's Cynthia night. And but we get back to Atlanta, it's gonna be like, girl, if you didn't do nothing with Portia holding you on her lap like a Chucky doll, I don't believe you're gonna do nothing in Atlanta either. I don't. Then Cynthia did her whole Queen of Tequila contest where they show off their outfits, and then she said, that they gonna all shed a crown. Y'all shed a crown, and look like they broke a piece off it or something playing around. Drew was still at the house while everybody having fun. They showing scenes from the party. They in there dancing, juking, partying, taking pictures, drinking. She at the house singing happy birthday to her mama, still getting makeup on. Everybody dancing, the people up in their swag, surfing, posing for pictures. By the time Drew shows up, everybody leaving. Cynthia's so tired at this point, she was like, she don't even care. Drew talking about, well, at least I made it. I had to at least make it. I'm like, you did all that to get there and be leaving. A tacky mess. And that's where they left it. Now, I'm going to tell y'all outright. This episode, you know, we have filler episodes. And this was something that I can't say that I've ever seen before. And I'm not sure how to describe it. Okay, but that's it for the notes. I'll describe this not as a filler, but it was so much hullabaloo. It was just so busy. That's the word I want to use. This episode was busy. There wasn't a lot of continuity. It was kind of all over the place. We went from the argument closing down from last week with Kelly and the married man and the wife that Phaedra know and don't say nothing. And, you know, people, you know, all this stuff about who was trying to hunch who. And that calmed down. You get K. Michelle inserting herself, making their argument about her because, you know, magically she wants to be holy. Then the table gets weird because Shamea's making faces and whispering about Drew all night long and making faces at Drew and Portia when nobody said a word to her. You got K. Michelle chastising Shamea for being a weirdo who's making faces and having commentary, and then the words of K. Michelle trying to create a brand new beef. We had then the next morning, K. Michelle melting down and crying about a phone call that could have been imaginary that everybody's plotting on her about Mano's comment 8 years ago, and Drew trying to connect her to Mr. Bliggity Black, okay, the guy who dresses like he's in a Jodeci video. We get Shamea saying she's going to clear her name with a string up her butt. We got Angela and Shamea going back and forth. We got a lot happening and nothing at all. Like nothing was really, really resolved. We weren't able to focus on one conflict because it was just the conflicts was popping out like popcorn. I just don't understand it. Isha says, Shamea keeps dragging the room being nasty. She brought it up again. With Andy. I hope Cynthia gets her lick back soon. It's clear Shamea wanted to drag Cynthia's reputation and name through the mud. Yeah, probably because she feels like Cynthia's, you know, closer to Portia or whatever. Like she has a relationship with Portia. She didn't really get a chance to build one with you, maybe. I can believe it, but it was just a lot of conflict. It wasn't one conflict that kind of worked its way through the episode. Does that make sense, y'all? It was just a lot going on. It was very busy. Like even having to go through the notes and review it with y'all, I'm legit going to take a BC powder. I'm telling y'all that now. It was a lot. Adrian said all 3 of the trip episodes were interesting. They were. None of the trip episodes were boring. None of them. Is Tish say they knew all Drew business from last season. She knew all Drew business from last season. True. Very true. Red say, child, Shamea probably got somebody to call Kate. She could have. She definitely could have. And then I want to talk about the petting of K. Michelle, because we all kind of, y'all got another quick 5 or 6 minutes to talk about this? 5, 6 minutes. If y'all leave me, I'll see you next time, right? But I feel like everybody is kind of being very sensitive to K. Michelle and her feelings and her feeling like she's being attacked and kind of petting her a little bit. Thank you, sis. Remind them. It's pens and stuff and notebooks on the wish list in case y'all want to help me make sure I can keep the story straight. But I think they're doing that because K. Michelle has a reputation for being a bit of a firecracker, for being a fire starter, for being somebody that will get to knucking and bucking and ready to fight. And as evidenced by when she went to woofing and barking and stomping and going on at Drew, Portia immediately restrained her and held her in her lap as though this was as though she was her niece or her baby cousin. That's why I think they're doing that, which to me is actually ironic that K. Michelle is acting like, oh, y'all just beating each other up. I'm so delicate. I'm trying to be holy. But Portia had to hold you like a baby, hon, because you were ready to fly across tabletops, mountains, railway, airway. You was going to go straight Oleta Adams. You was trying to reach Drew any way you could. And Portia better than me because I'd have turned you loose. I'd have never grabbed you. Me wouldn't have. Portia grabbed her and wrapped her up. Small package. Couldn't get nowhere, which is hilarious. You couldn't get away. And that's why I say, I feel like everything she did with Drew, she would love to do with Portia. But I think the reality be kicking in. That girl is 3 times your size. You're not doing none of that with her. And we know she athletic. We saw how fast Portia run, toting that big old swing on her back porch. Booties is heavy. I've been toting mine a lot of years. It's heavy. I have to rock to stand up. Portia don't have to rock to stand up or nothing. That heifer is rock solid. She's standing straight up. And when she need to move, she move fast. You don't run that fast with that type of luggage behind you without having good cardio and good musculature. K. Michelle she would love to do all of those things with Portia, but she not crazy as she pretend. Like, she behaved like a mental patient, but she really ain't one, because the mental patient would try it anyway. She got plenty of sense. But everything she did with Drew, everything we saw her do with Drew tonight, she would love to, but she ain't that crazy. It don't matter if she do call herself on the phone or look in the mirror and tell herself gossip. She ain't crazy enough to run up on that great big old Amazon. She ain't doing that. No. I ain't here, and I'm not blaming her. I got a bad back and my knee a little tricky. I ain't running up on that big heifer either. I ain't scared of her though. But I wouldn't run up on that strong, solid country girl either. No, you gotta, pick your battles. And that's why I say she ain't crazy as she thinks she is. Because if you really feel like that girl was trying to call your poochie stank or talk about what Mano said, when Portia wrapped her arms around her, K. Michelle, your hands was free. Portia didn't have your hands. Why you ain't hit her with the bow? And then turn around and da-da-da-da-da. Why you ain't turn around and hit Portia with the skippity pap? K. Michelle, why did you not turn around and hit Portia with the skippity pap? She was right there. She was holding you back from beating Drew tail, but wasn't nobody holding you back from Portia. You was right there with Portia. Nobody, you could have hit her with the Mink 2000. You could have turned around and gave her the old Mink. You could have turned around and gave her the old, well, I oughta. You didn't do none of that. And that says you're not crazy as you pretend to be. Ziriana said, I was thinking the same thing. Headbutt, she had the headbutt. Her hands was free, Bap. Her hands was free. Look, Ma, no hands. Her hands was free. Nothing was literally. Back in the day, we used to say air and opportunity. It wasn't even air between her and Portia. Portia had her sitting on her lap like a little girl. She could have twisted around there and went to, papping it up. Tap, 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 tap. She could have mink, and went on in and ain't did none of that. None of it. K. Michelle, K wasn't going anywhere. If she wanted a piece of Drew, she could have done more to get there. She couldn't get away from that gal. But you claim you got a problem with that gal, so why you didn't turn around and show about that Mink 2000? Why you didn't give Portia the old well I oughta? That'll teach you. Why you ain't give her one of them? J. Rochelle saying when Drew left, Portia was still sitting there. Sure was. Plenty of space and opportunity. Yep, sitting right next to you, baby. I mean, up close and personal. Y'all was so close, you could smell her deodorant, her mouthwash. Whether she was using Norforms or not, you could smell everything. The scent of her lotion, her Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secrets, whatever she was spraying, you smelled it all because you was right there and on her lap at one point. Paige say Kay was reaching. If Portia was throwing shade about her tooth It went right over my head. I forgot all about the Mano comment. Girl, we all did. And Kay talking about she's still upset about that. Well, then go cuss Mano out. He's a loser. Nobody likes him. Go cuss Mano out. Go do that. Go cuss him out. Instead of being mad with women who constantly make inappropriate jokes because they must censor their jokes for your trauma with a man, and you still ain't really addressing this man. Your problem is with women. K. Michelle, you way too male-centered, baby. Way too. But we ain't going there tonight. Between everybody, y'all let me know. Between 1 to 10, rate this episode. This one, I'm going to give it an 8. They could have got higher, but they really gave me a headache. With all of the hoopla, shenanigans, hullabaloo, tomfoolery. They could have got higher, but I'm going to give them an 8. I'm going to give them an 8. That is. Thank you, Ian McKinney. Like number 170, I can't wait for you to go live tomorrow, child, because Kate and Portia went in on Twitter and IG. Yep, you know I'm going to be live tomorrow. Thank you for the super chat, sis. My third supporter the whole night. Adrian Marie says 8. Paige says 7.5. DS 7.5. Ian McKinney gave him a 9. Blessed woman of God hit him with a 9. J. Rochelle hit him with a 7. Ziriana hit him with a 10. Oh, man. Richard gave him a 7. Look, y'all know. So I'm going to be up tonight gathering the gossip. Anything that happens overnight, I will have that. And then tomorrow, I'll be in Discord and find out what time y'all want to go live to dig into this. Because we're going to have to dig in. If they're going back and back and forward, and back and forward, and back and forward, that means I got to go get screenshots and every doggone thing. Red says she did the same on Breakfast Club, attack the women host versus the men host. Yeah, K. Michelle, very male-centered. Like, why are your attacks toward the women? When the men be your problem. Vet say the fact that at Pinky's event, Kay said to Kelly, I know how you feel about Portia. There ain't no way they haven't talked about Portia. Oh, yeah. Y'all sit up and talk about this girl. And that's another reason why she's so, fixated that, oh, she going to say something about me. Because, y'all been sitting up talking about that girl. So far, Ian McKinney, so far. Vet say, then after Kay decided she liked the ladies, then boom, they a problem. Right. I like you, but now you a problem because the people I'm lining up with, they don't like you. Last season was dry as graham crackers. That's true. Cass, thank you for being number 7. Not number 7. She rated number 7. My bad. Deborah Randall giving them a 7.5. So that's what it's looking like, y'all. Now, listen, I ain't trying to rush y'all. Y'all ain't got to go home if you ain't already there. But it's more gossip, and I got to go collect screenshots and see what these hookers is saying to each other online. I can't believe this going on like this. Antoinette, thank you for being number 8, honey. So look, y'all know what time it is. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, I need you to please hit the like button on the way out. Hit your notification bell. Make sure you click all so you'll know every single time we go live on this good channel. Also, jump in Discord, join Discord, because they know when I'm going live before anybody. Sometimes I check with them to find out what time they want me to go live or give them the heads up a couple of hours in advance. So make sure you in Discord. Now, subscribe if you ain't subscribed already, especially if this is your first time hanging with us, because we happy to have you here, okay? And you like it here, so come on back. And if you want to join channel membership and put that crown by your name, hit the join button beneath the video or the membership link in the description box. Now, also in that description box, we got the link for my book, Little Girl, Big World. It is a survival guide for little girls leaving home for the first time. It is super important that we keep our daughters safe. And if you can't afford a copy, holler at me in Discord, and I personally will see to it that you get one free of charge, one per household, because I am not Oprah. Okay, but holler at me. It's also, you can go straight to Amazon, type in my first name, it pops right up. Okay, we got the link to our merchandise store so you can get your crown gear and represent for the royal family, the warmest family on YouTube, with some of the craziest, sweetest, most beautiful women. Okay, so make sure if you want to rep the royal family, the link is there. We got the link for our storefront in Amazon, so you can shop for your home like I shop for mine. And also, last but not least, we have my Amazon wish list in the description box in case y'all want to bless the girl with some more notebooks and pens, because as y'all see, when these shows is 8 and 9 pages of notes and gossip, I ain't got no choice but to keep track of it. So, y'all can help assist that. And I appreciate all support, pens, pads, snacks, anything. I appreciate all support. I want to say also a special thank you to Nashina M. I want to say a thank you to Adrienne Marie, to Erisha Sims, and also our new member, which is our good sister Idroma, who is back. That emo state baddie. Okay, she back with her sisters in the RHOP family. So look, I'm gonna let y'all get some rest. As always, when you get up tomorrow, remember to be positive, be productive, encourage the people around you, and save some energy to encourage yourself. And remember, in case don't nobody else tell you, honey, God loves you, I love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Talk to y'all again tomorrow, okay? We'll see you then. Bye, y'all.